Hello, everyone. Oh, it's so good to be back and chatting with all y'all, hanging out, popping in, saying what's up. I'm back to the land of working for the daytime. So things are about to get a lot more crazy up in here. So I just wanted to start off by saying thank you all for being so patient with me and all these things that I'm dealing with and going through. Really appreciate it. Y'all sticking by through and through. Can't, gotta give love to where love is definitely given. Appreciate all y'all sticking around, hanging out with me, even popping in with me today to say hi. I'm seeing people starting to roll in, and it's great to see everybody hanging out, and I'm so excited to be able to just have a good time with all y'all. So why don't we just hop right in and get right to it. If you all have any questions that you want to ask, feel free to jump in. I really don't have a set schedule for this. We're just kind of going with the flow, rolling with it, seeing how we're doing, how we're feeling. So just fire away. I'm just going to be kind of rambling on. First things first, though, I do want to say that with my new series coming up, the Guilty series, I'm going to be scouting for other voice actors to join in on the fun. It is going to be another probably 7-part series where we get more into I want it to be a very Hannibal Lecter-esque style video. You know what I mean? I want it to be a video that there may be a love interest or two, but I'm not 100% sure where. But it's about you solving the crime with someone you really don't want to be working with. You know what I mean? So that's the kind of vibe I want with this new video. And I really hope that, you all love it and hang in there and roll along with the story because it's definitely worth it. Another bit of news that you may or may not have noticed, depending on how often you watch my videos, Crendon Theater has come to a stop. The reason for that is that I'm not stopping it permanently. I'm just putting a hold on it right now because the way I have it written is a little dark. It's a little darker than I would prefer to go down a route of having voice actors voice, and it's really not something I feel comfortable, letting that kind of information out. So I'd rather go back and rework it a little bit, figure it out, and then come back and bring it in with a whole new set of, wings, so to speak. And so for right now, I appreciate all who have seen and who have stuck around with the series. I know it's not my most popular, but it is my most original work, and I'm incredibly proud that I was able to bring that to you for as long as I could. But for right now, I've really just been focusing on, getting my life together outside of this. I've really just been very busy at work, and it has given me very little time to do things like live streams. So my only outreach is maybe posting on Twitter every now and then, and my Patreon, which I've changed, and I cannot thank my Patreons enough for putting up with that. And I hope that they're enjoying that Yandere series. It's definitely a fun one. Oh, I'm seeing questions pop up. I'm going to go read some. Let's see. So what kind of murder would you have committed to be our Hannibal Lecter character? For the Guilty series, basically what's going to happen is it's a story about someone who was thrown in jail for a murder Vixie is essentially thrown in jail for the murder of her brother. They say that all the evidence points to her. They have all of these, facts and, all this information. And because of all the facts pointing in her direction, nobody was really standing on her side. So more and more people stopped being in her corner. So they just found her guilty, threw her in jail. And this is supposed to be 15, 20 years later, where she's been stuck in this solitary confinement alone. She has lost her mind. No one has talked to her. No one visits her. She only sees stories on the news about how she's this evil person and she's finally locked away. And so she's lost her mind. She's at this point, she has a very slight grasp on a lot of social, social constructs. But when it comes to interactions, she's brilliant. She's going to be very book smart because all she can do is read. She's going to be very TV savvy because she watches TV. She's going to be very psychologically smart. So my goal for this is to keep you on your toes. You don't know who to trust in this series, whether it's the person in front of you or if it's another person entirely. You don't know who to trust, and that's what I want to get at with this series. Is it going to be a crime noir series? Kind of, yeah. It's like old school crime noir, and I really want it to be fun because I want it to be, it's like I said in my announcement for it, is that it's a series unlike anything on any other channel. Everybody's got like the vampire series or the werewolf series or the zombie series, but I've got this murder mystery series, and I've wanted to do something like this for a long time, like a Clue style series where it's like, who did it, like who committed the murder, and why is this person committing these murders. And that's what I want to really like drive home, because I love writing. I think that storytelling is a really great asset, and to be able to bring these stories to life and for all of you to enjoy, I really appreciate it, especially those who aren't here because of the girlfriend series. They're here because, they like my stories, and I appreciate y'all. I'm really excited that everybody's getting so hyped up for it, because I'm really looking forward to bringing it to life and putting it together. And I cannot wait to find I have characters in mind, but I just need to reach out to people. And I've been working nonstop and diligently to bring you guys better content, better quality stuff. I hope you've been enjoying my homage to movies, storytelling with my last couple of videos. I just wanted to try something a little different. Let's see. Chat. Hello everyone in the chat. Hello everyone. It's so good for you all to join me. I really appreciate it. I really, really, really do. It's nice to be able to come in and just hang out with everybody, be chill, and, no pressure, no rules. There's only one rule. Just, be nice to each other. That's it. That's the only rule that I abide by, is just be nice to each other. I don't really have any filters, or I really don't have any kind of, rules and regulations otherwise. Just don't be a dick to each other. Just be nice. Just be nice. Alrighty. Oh, look, more questions. Would you read a donated script loosely based on your prior works? Yes. Yeah, no, any and all scripts, submissions, I welcome. I know it's been a while since I've done them, but believe me, I've read them all, and I'm compiling a list right now of how I'm going to tackle them one by one. So keep sending them. That link is still live. It's in every single one of my videos. Feel free to send me whatever scripts you guys have, even if it's an idea. Oh, everybody's being so nice in the comments. I really appreciate everybody being here again. Oh, it's been a long journey, just getting from overnight to working in the daytime again, but it's nice, and I get to do things like this more often, so I'm going to try and continue to live stream a little bit more frequently as long as my, job allows me. I'm going to be, uploading more content. I'm going to try and be a lot more diligent with my stories. I've been trying to keep them over 10 minutes. That's a general rule of thumb for me. I always hate it when videos are like 7 or 5 minutes long. Some stories can't be stretched further than that, and that's really okay. But for a lot of my content, I want it to be over 10 minutes because I feel like there's a lot of story to tell, and I feel like I can really do a lot with 10 minutes. Endgame. Oh, yeah, that's a big thing. No endgame spoilers, guys. Come on. Let's not let's be nice, because I haven't seen it. I haven't, and I'm sure there are people in here that I haven't either. I am somebody that waits for the hype to die down and then goes to see it. Like, that's the kind of person I am. So right now, everybody's in hype mode. Let's keep it off the chat. You know what I mean? Nobody's gonna spoil it for anybody. Like, let's not be that. Let's not be those people. We really appreciate it. Ooh, people are asking me questions. What are some of your favorite food and drinks? Well, I love food in general. I have a real partial, I love Mexican food. Like, I can always eat Mexican food at any time of the day. It's great. I also really like desserts. I love baking. It's such a zen experience. I love, and all kinds of drinks. I really wish, I haven't had it in so long, and I'm really like craving it right now. I want a 7-Eleven blue raspberry and cherry cola slushie. I want one so bad right now, like a Slurpee. That sounds so good right now. I might go get one right after the stream because that sounds real nice. What's my favorite song? Oh, that's tricky. Right now, I am really kind of grooving on, there's this really great song called Inside Out by Imelda Ray, and it's just like, or Imelda May, sorry, May. And it's like, it's just jazzy, bumpy, and I'm just like rocking out to it like crazy right now. So that's kind of the song I've been enjoying right now. I don't really have a favorite. I have many favorites. I'm glad that people are joining us and hanging out. Again, it's so nice to hang out with all of my peeps, my lovelies. I have a script almost finished. Should I finish it or just have it as a writing practice? If you're planning on submitting it, make sure that, you know, the creator knows that you have this series idea. But honestly, I don't know if a creator is going to be so inclined to pick up a series that someone else wrote. You know what I mean? So I would stick to, if you're planning on releasing it yourself, that's one thing. But if you're planning on collaborating with other people and doing it a different way, that's another reason as well. But I wouldn't submit it to a creator in the hopes of them producing a 5-person series. You know what I mean? That's a whole other ball and chain. So are we lovelies or nuggets? Does it matter? Like, I use lots of different terms of endearment, from like swear words to lovelies to nuggets to like my chillins. Like, I say all kinds of different things. It's just, you know, they're terms of endearment. For no matter what they are, it depends on how you say them. You know what I mean? Don't mind me. I'm enjoying my Starbucks. I had to get my Starbucks on before the stream got going. Oh, that's another thing. No, it's never gonna be. I don't do ASMR stories. I don't do ASMR on this channel. I don't do, like, I'm sorry. I don't do that. I don't, like, I'm somebody that likes to make you the star of the show. I'm somebody that I make up stories in my head, like, where I'm the main character and like things are happening around me, and like I'm still that kid that makes up like stories that are going on, like, oh my god, like, you know, I have to run from these rebels because they're chasing me down, you know, like, I am that person. I'm in my 20s and I'm doing this. I pay for my own health insurance and I still do this. Like, I love being able to put someone in the spotlight, you know, being able to make you the star of the show. Like, I don't really do ASMR because I don't like whispering. I'm a very loud person by nature. I need to be loud. I need to be my loud, boisterous self. And I don't think that with ASMR that comes across. You know what I mean? Like, I love the fact that I'm able to be this fun person because I don't have to worry about a volume, like keeping it at a specific volume. And I love laughing. I love screaming. I love being able to be loud. That's my favorite thing. No, I really don't consider these stories ASMR because ASMR is an auditory specific response that causes, the tingles. And so my stories don't really do that. They are meant to throw you into the deep end and just keep you there. You know what I mean? And so I consider myself an adventurer. I consider you, the listener, an adventurer, not an ASMR listener. Or I consider myself an adventure creator and somebody that I'm like the narrator from Aladdin, or the narrator from Rocky Horror, or the narrator in all the stories. Just like I'm the one moving the story along, but I'm gonna make sure you have a good time. And ASMR is specifically used to trigger different responses, whereas me, I'm trying to build a story. Like I'm trying to build a world inside this, and inside the story you are like the hero, you are the villain, you are this main character, that you are the focus. And that's where a lot of people are like kind of a little bit in the gray area when it comes to ASMR versus role players. I think that's what a lot of people call us. I like to consider myself an adventurer, roleplay creator. You know what I mean? Like I want people to go on this adventure with me, like Han Solo and Chewie. You know what I mean? Like, let's do this. We're gonna go and mess some stuff up. Alrighty, I'm looking through the you said since you said you like to do this story schemes, do you like to do you do it with like actions in air when you're alone? I love to tell people that in like the shower or when I'm driving in my car, I don't sing, I perform, honey. Like I come to slay this performance. So I will make whatever gestures I have to. I will throw my hands up in the air. I actually will act out little scenarios in my, like, both in my head and just in general. And if that makes me crazy, then that makes me crazy. But I think it's fun. It makes my everyday life seem a little bit more interesting. Oh, do I follow the new season of Game of Thrones? Actually, I watched the first 2 episodes and I just couldn't get into it. Like, I gave it my fair shot. I tried to get into it, but it was just, there was so much going on. I couldn't follow it. Like, I tried to give it a fair shake, but I couldn't keep up with it. So I haven't seen any episodes past that. So I'm sorry, it's the same with Breaking Bad. I tried watching it and I just couldn't get into it. My dad loves it. He swears, everybody else I know swears by it, but I just never got into it. It's just not my thing. I'm more of a sitcom Brooklyn Nine-Nine kind of girl, What is your huge inspiration on YouTube? Definitely, I look at Jenna Marble's channel a lot, mainly because in the sense of she's uploading videos that she wants to upload, or that she feels like this is going to be the video I want to make. Like, this is what I want to do. This is what's motivating me. And that's really my biggest inspiration in terms of this is my content. This is my channel. I'm going to run it the way I want to run it. I'm open to suggestions, but it's going to be on my time. So she's really a big inspiration for me. Plus, she's just a great person. She's a nice person. She really emulates somebody who I want to become in terms of, a YouTuber. She's very nice. She's very, like, courteous. She takes care of her fans. And that's the kind of person I really want to come across as, and hope I come across as. And I don't know if I'll ever get to a point. I really hope to get to a point of upwards of 20 million subscribers, or however many she's at right now. But she was really fun. You know what I mean? That's my biggest inspiration. Have you watched Umbrella Academy? I have not. I've heard of it. I just have not seen it. Do you still look like that woman from Gotham? Oh, Miranda Backrum? Yeah. She could be my mother. Miranda Backrum, like, I could be her kid. Of course, my hair is shorter now. But Miranda Backrum is like, she's like, like my second mom. Yeah, I'm somebody who, like, I actually know how to, I actually know how to do lightsaber combat. And so, because I've had to do performances for it, or I've played like Vader. And so I've had to learn specific moves and specific strikes and specific flows. So like occasionally I'll do, I'll flip my wrists around and it looks weird, but I swear I'm actually practicing for something. Are you an 80s, 90s, or 2000s kid? I'm a 90s kid. 90s. No, it's Morena. She's Portuguese, if I remember. Portuguese or Argentinian. I can't remember which one. I'm pretty sure she's Portuguese. But she is Morena Background. She is so you got that O, it's Morena. Instead of Marina, it's Morena. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure she's Portuguese. But either way, she's this gorgeous Hispanic, or like Latina woman, you know what I mean? But yeah, even though she's like not that much older than me, she could be my mom. I would be Gina from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I would be Gina. Like, that would be me. Like, that's like, when she comes back after a hiatus and she's like, where is she? Where has she been? Or did I never leave? Like, the confetti and the gun, like, that would be me. That would definitely be me. How do you get your inspiration on some of your stories? Honestly, it's just things that I've kind of played around with, concepts where, like, what if the listener was in this situation and I was this person? What would happen? Okay, well, this could be this situation and then it could lead into this. So it starts off with a concept of what kind of debauchery are we getting into today? And then it just goes from there. And like I said, I don't really have scripts to any of my stories. I really just improv the entire thing because I feel a little bit more natural progression comes from it, and the story makes a little bit more sense in my mind, at least. And it comes off a little bit more clearly because I can trim the fat and things that I don't really like and tighten it up on places that need a little tightening. I am so happy that we've already been live streaming for almost 30 minutes, and people are just hanging out, rolling in, asking me questions. I appreciate it. Everybody's so nice. I love being able to hang out with all of y'all. I'm just excited to be able to be well rested, be awake, just be hanging out with everybody. You're all so nice, and you're all so wonderful for sticking by me all these, we're coming up on almost 2 years, everybody. We're coming up on almost 2 years of this kind of debauchery, of putting up with me in your lives. You're welcome. Do you take any of these stories from personal experiences? Yeah, a lot of them, yes. There have been many a times where, a lot of these stories kind of do mimic day-to-day life for me, but of course there are others, the driver one that I just released, that obviously are a little bit more a story arc type, as opposed to more it's more of who I want to be or who I see myself as versus who the world sees me as. So a lot of my stories, yes, they do kind of have personal experiences, or in the sense of, if this was a personal experience for me, how would it go? Like, how would I handle this experience if it was in my hands? Oh my God, 2 years. This channel is 2 years old, everybody. And we've come so far too. We're almost at, what, 7,600 subscribers, and it's just been a great journey. 2 years. I cannot believe it. I'm so ecstatic. I'm incredibly ecstatic. Do I watch the IT Crowd? Yes, I do. I don't know anybody that hasn't watched the IT Crowd. Like, for years, I used to work in IT. So for years, they actually gave us shirts for, like, that said, "Hello, IT, have you turned it on and have you turned it off and on again?" Like, so that way when we walked in the room, that was the first thing people saw. My boss thought it was hysterical. The school didn't. We did. Do I watch My Hero Academia? I want to say yes. I honestly don't remember if I have or haven't. It's been a while. I've seen so many animes since. I don't remember it. Like, if I have, I don't remember it very well. So I guess I'm going to have to go back and rewatch it. In terms of anime, the last one I watched was Kakeguri. I think I'm pretty sure I like butchered that spelling, or butchered that pronunciation, but the gambling one. I just finished watching both the animated and the live action version of it, and it was intense every single step of the way. I was like, oh my God. Have you ever done something that you've instantly regretted, or have regretted thinking about something before even doing it? Oh, like every hour I do something, or I think of something that I'll instantly regret, or every day I'll do something that I feel like I wish I didn't do. But that's mainly just my anxiety talking. So there have been moments in my life where I look back on and I think, damn, I really wish I handled this differently. And, to those people I have, there's one person in particular I've yet to apologize to, but it's you carry it with you. It's part of your day-to-day life, and it's just taking it one day at a time and knowing that you aren't this person anymore and moving forward with it. Do you really like us, or is this kind of like a hate-love thing? Like, is it okay to love to hate someone? Oh, like, I love to hate you, kind of, or like, I hate that I love you so much, or that I love that I hate you so much. I mean, it's really a love thing. You all show me so much love. There's only a few people that I'm just kind of like about, but for the most part, it's nothing but love. I love every single one of you. Like, if I'm somebody who truly believes that, trust somebody until they give you a reason not to. And there have been people on this channel that have pushed me to my limits, yes, but there have been other people, but there are like 3 or 4 times as many people that are so overwhelmingly supportive and loving and just are here for me. And that's what I love, that are like, y'all are in my corner and I love you. There's no hate here. I'm somebody who's very vocal about who I hate and what I hate and what I'm very vocal about my feelings towards people. So if I am angry, you will know it. You know what I mean? Like, or if I'm pissed or if I'm annoyed, if there's somebody that's bugging me, you will know. Have you seen any modern Broadway musicals like Be More Chill, Dear Evan Hansen, or Newsies? I have seen Dear Evan Hansen. I have seen, I know that my friends got tickets to Beetlejuice the musical. I'm kind of nervous for that. I really want to see Hamilton, and I still have yet to see Book of Mormon, but I'm planning on seeing that at some point. I'm planning on seeing all of them at some point. I love musicals. I love modern day musicals. I love old school musicals. I love the cult classics like Rocky Horror and Repo the Genetic Opera. You can't go wrong with those. I love all kinds of theater. I really do. Dubbed or subbed for anime? Depends. I really honestly like dubbed because I prefer to watch. There's so much action on screen. I don't want to miss anything. And when I'm reading, I'm very focused on reading. I'm not like looking at anything else. So I feel like I miss a lot of the visuals, which I want to see. Like, I want to watch this art. I don't want to read. I want to watch the art. So I prefer dubbed, but I know that, the translation isn't always 100%. So I will sometimes go and watch the subbed version just to kind of see if it lines up or not. But sometimes I really like the dubbed because it gets a little, it gets weird, you know what I mean? Have you had regrets with some of the videos you have turned out? Like you wish you had done something in the video differently after you released it? Yeah. Honestly, my Tsundere one, the one that's got like 70,000 views on it or whatever, like, it was like my worst audio recorded one. Like, it was such a gross sounding audio because I recorded it on my phone and then edited on my computer, but like, it just sounded nasty to me. And 70,000 people loved it. So I was like, oh my God, okay. I guess, it is what it is. I can't go back now. I do not regret my no sequel thing, and I will never regret that. So, just putting that out there. Hello, 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 hello. How long would you last in a zombie apocalypse? I personally would last a while since I live in a house cabin in the mountains. Honestly, I live in a in a retired military base. Like it's been shut down, and so but the buildings are still standing. And that place can survive anything. I think I'd be fine. I think I'd last a little bit, but honestly, because I'm somebody who's pre-diagnosed, I wouldn't last very long, considering that I would need a steady supply of medications to keep me even alive. I think at some point I would probably just, say fuck it. So I think it would last a good chunk of time. I don't know about long time, but I think it would last a good chunk of time. I do absolutely love dubs because it's, I love listening to voice actors. Like, I love Funimation's voice actors. They're a fun bunch of people. And I can always recognize them. You know what I mean? Do I think wet dreams are just hand jobs from God? I mean, I like to think that somebody somewhere is watching out for me in that department, but it's keeping me going in that department. But hey, who am I to question someone else's will? It's so funny. I'm trying to think of like other things that I could tell you guys about the channel. That's really it. Like, I'm not really planning on doing any big projects anytime soon because I've been dealing with a lot and just going through a lot personally, and I am slowly coming around the bend, and being able to do this is a huge step forward for me. So I'm really excited to be able to have the chance and opportunity to be able to sit here and chat with y'all, and just feel warm and invited. It feels good to be here. Like, it really, I know you guys may not know this, but this does really lift my spirits. Like, these live streams really lift my spirits and give me a sense of confidence that a lot of people just can't ever get to. I guess that's a weird way of saying it. I'm sorry. Do I like bread? And if so, what kind of bread? I fucking love bread. Even though bread makes you fat, I fucking love bread. I love all kinds of bread. My favorite is sourdough because I live in the Bay Area. So because I'm that kind of girl. It's sourdough. It's delicious. If you could choose a theme song for your life, what would you choose? Oh my God. That is uh I think okay, if I had an anthem, I think it would be Power Glove from Knife Party, because of how, like, it just, at first glance, you don't think much of it, but then the second you hit play, it's like a roundhouse kick to the face. Like, it's just kicks in. It makes you feel like getting stuff done. You know what I mean? Like, it's a song that makes you feel productive. It's like crazy productive. Wait, when was the last time you live streamed again? I think it was like 4 or 5 months ago. It's been a while because I've been busy and I like haven't had the time to hang out with you guys during a normal part of the day unless I was streaming at like 8 in the morning. Would you rather hang out in a graveyard or a haunted house? Graveyard. Graveyard, 100%. A lot of people think that it'd be safer to have walls, but, you know, to be able to know where your back is. But cemetery, there is, like, it's open, you know what I mean? So there's more places to go. Hey, Sanctuary, thanks for popping by. And sorry about stirring up that drama about that channel that was posting your audio. I was like, saw that going down and I was like, not on my fucking watch. I love the idea of theme songs, but yeah, Power Glove by Knife Party would probably be mine. It's just like a fun and energetic kind of song. Oh yeah, for those of you who don't know what was going down, there was like this, wait, what? Oh, sorry, never mind, got sidetracked. What is my favorite movie? I don't, honestly, it's been a while since I've like thought about this, but if I was to pick like a movie that I could watch over and over and over again, I would probably say, I don't know. I love the first Deadpool movie. I think that's the one that I could watch over and over again. I love The Last Unicorn. I think that's a really beautiful story. The Swan Princess, I love that one too. Princess Bride, could watch that over and over again. Honestly, yeah, The Princess Bride, that would be my favorite movie because, like, that's one that I could watch forever and never get bored of it. That and Rocky Horror, again, because it's fun. Yeah, Sanctuary, I got you, boo. Like, no one comes messing around with my family. Like, no one comes messing around with my fam. I saw that going down and I was like, hell no. No, that's not my baby. Do you remember Courage the Cowardly Dog? Oh, one of my favorite shows. I love that show so much. It's so psychologically scarring, but it was so good. So lovely to be here and hanging out with everybody. I'm just like ecstatic to be here. I'm just happy. I'm very, very in a good state of calm. You know, my life is just kind of rolling and winding down and just coming to a nice, slow and steady pace. And this is my favorite. Have you seen the Once Upon a Deadpool because they spoof Princess Bride? I did. I love the fact that they got Fred Savage back in the bed. Like, I really appreciate that. Like, the little attention to detail about that. I was really just, you know what I mean? Like, it was just beautiful. And I really gotta give it up. Like, the Deadpool advertising team doesn't get enough credit. Like, their marketing team was genius. Going back into reading in the comments. Oh, favorite childhood show. I actually didn't watch a lot of TV growing up. I watched a lot of Disney movies. Like, my mom was really like particular about that. So I didn't start watching like TV shows until I was around a teenager. So Nickelodeon was kind of, you know, coming around the bend with SpongeBob and all that good stuff. So I remember watching a lot of SpongeBob when I was a kid. Fairly Odd Parents, I remember that. Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, that was my ish. So, random question regarding your role plays. What's one you think is underrated? Well, first of all, my Crinden Theater one is definitely underrated because it's the one I put a lot of my energy into. For sure, that one. I definitely love my action ones, like the ones in space, or my driver one, or the ones that aren't a romantic or like, a romantic interest or a love interest kind of role play. Like, those are the ones that I feel are really underrated because nobody, of course nobody is here to, people aren't here for the action and adventure. They're here for the companionship. So I kind of take it in a different direction and make it to where you're like starring in your own movie. And maybe some people may not want that. Maybe some people are just looking for like, the companion, and that's fine. But those are the videos that I think are really underrated, are my more action or theme specific, like sci-fi or action or et cetera, et cetera. Would you be a vampire or a werewolf? I would. I mean, honestly, I'd probably be a vampire because that's just the type of person I am. But honestly, like, it is what it is. Whichever gets to me first, and it wouldn't be hard. What would be the worst name you could give a child? I don't know about worst name. I don't think there is a worst name you could give a child. Like, I don't think like there's like that name is a bad name. You know what I mean? Like, I think that I've heard some pretty bizarre names, but I don't think I've ever heard one where it's like, oh my God, how dare you? You must not love your child. You know what I mean? And, it is what it is, but I really don't have any preferences when it comes to names. But other than that, how is everybody hanging out? How's everybody hanging today? How's everybody doing? Are y'all having a good day? Is this the first part of your day? Like it is mine. Yes, I wish I could branch out and do more things that weren't Yandere boyfriend thing, but I'm kind of scared of disappointing the viewers. That's the thing. It's not about disappointing them. It's about doing what you want to do. You know what I mean? Like, if they like it or if they're fans, they'll listen. And if they, if they really are interested in the subject matter, then they'll listen to it or at least give it a fair shot. If they really, are fans of your channel. I'm not saying that there are true fans and fake fans, but I'm saying that some people are here for girlfriend content and some people are here for other content. It's not about disappointing them. You probably will find that the views are vastly different from each other, but it's not about disappointing the viewers. It's about doing what you want to do, considering it's your frickin' channel and you call the shots, boo. Like, I've been telling you this from the get-go. It's your channel. Do what you want, honey. We will be here to support you. I will be here to support you. Like, tell them that I sent you. What's something you haven't gotten to do yet that you really want to do audio-wise? I really want to do, like, a feature-length audio with, like, an entire action sequence with all the big voice actors. Like, Aussie Ben, Cardlin Audio, Morgan Audio. I want to be able to make it as big as possible to get up to 30 different voice actors. And make it like almost like an Avengers-esque, Infinity War-esque kind of thing, where it's all these different juggernaut characters in one setting. That is my goal at some point or another, and I'm going to get to it, but right now I have no time on my hand to do it. So we'll get there at some point. But that's just in the back burner for now. Everybody's hanging in there, doing good. Good. Disarray, but it feels like that sometimes. Cool. Been there. Love it. Love it. People are hanging in there. People need some sleep. That's okay. Oh, have you ever decided to not post an audio after recording the whole thing? Yeah, multiple. There's a lot on the back burner that will never, ever, ever see the light of day. And I'm not even going to go into detail. Doing pretty well. I'm happy that everybody is doing well and hanging out with us. I'm very happy. I'm very happy that people are here and hanging out with us. What's happening with the Suicide Squad thing? I have yet to record my audio lines, and I'm pretty sure he's waiting on me, and he's been so patient with me, but I've been so freaking busy. I haven't had any time. It's going to be on Shadowy Whispers page, so if you guys are interested, keep an eye out for that. I'm going to be voicing, of course, Harley Quinn, and I'm incredibly ecstatic about it. So check that out. I think it's going to be popping up within the next couple of months or so. MCU has now an equivalent for the YouTube roleplay category, Vixie Voice Universe. Really? Does it? Or is that just a thing? Like, it'd be really cool if that actually was a thing. Because a lot of people, like, I've actually had people say that, like, they listen to me and because of that, they've started their channel and then they've become vastly more successful than me in a lot shorter time. So it's hard not to feel bitter. Describe my ideal man. I mean, I'm pansexual personally, so I really don't have like a preference when it comes to gender. So my ideal person would be somebody who I don't have to babysit, somebody who's independent on their own, has their own life outside of me, somebody who makes their own money, supports themselves, somebody who doesn't, is living the adult life and taking it in stride. Is somebody that isn't, constantly joking about being anxiety ridden or depressed, but is actually fighting to make each day a good day. You know what I mean? Somebody who is working hard to make each day a better day for themselves or for me. And that's my ideal person. Somebody who puts the effort in, because that to me is somebody who will go the distance. That to me is somebody who will last in a relationship with me, because I'm very fast paced and I need someone that can keep up. Any major ambitions? Lots. I have tons of ambitions for this entire series, this entire show, this entire channel. I have so many ambitions. I want to be able to, like I said, I want this to be the platform, like the roleplay platform. I want this to be like the platform that people come to, or people can collab with, people who are just looking to get into the voice acting circuit can get on a platform that has this kind of following and be able to get discovered. Like, I was able to throw Sanctuary Audio, for example, into the literal deep end of this when I had like 4,000 or 5,000 subscribers, and he just picked it up. You know what I mean? When he started his channel, he is vastly outgrown me. And so it's great to see that. And that's my goal for this channel, is to be able to uplift other people. Yes, it's great that I have my own following, but I want to be able to put that to use for other people's benefits as well. So that's my biggest ambition for this channel. Can I send you a link to a book I'm writing to ask for your creative opinion? You're welcome to, but I'm honestly not going to be able to read it probably for a long while. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't have the time to sit and do that kind of extra work right now. But feel free to send it. You know what I mean? I'm not somebody somebody who does responses. I try to keep, I have a very, 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 very busy day-to-day life. So I can't pile on any more than I'm already piling on. Like I said, feel free to. I just will not be getting to you right away. What's something you've done that you've enjoyed more than you thought you would? Honestly, this channel. The stress is worth it, but I've really been enjoying it. Any tips for dating someone bisexual? Just date them. You know what I mean? Like, there's just be with them. Just take care of them like you would any other person. Just take care of them. Be there for them. Just be nice to them. That's really all you can say or do. Like, the bisexual, pansexual, it doesn't matter. Sexuality doesn't matter. That's just preference. It has nothing to do with how it affects your dating, your social status or your dating status. It's just, it's a person who has a specific preference. You treat them the same way you would treat any other relationship. Would you ever go bungee jumping? Hell no. I am not an adrenaline seeker. I don't even go on roller coasters that go upside down. Like, I am not a thrill seeker. I don't do it. I don't, no. I'm not that girl. I'm not that person. I mean, you've always been my channel's biggest inspiration, so I got a lot to thank you for. Oh, Sanctuary, you will always be like my little, like, my passion project. You will always be that person that when I saw that you were going through that situation with that other channel, I was like, no, not my baby. Like, I went into mom mode, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, hey, no, that's no. Definitely opened up that doorway for me as far as a VA. Oh, hey, boo. Yeah, exactly. Like, you're another great example, audios for me to you. Like, that's a great example of somebody who I wanted to bring in. Still great on you guys had a good following before I got to you, and then it's just slowly started to go up, and that's what I love. I love that people are starting to find you because of my channel, or people are discovering you because of it, and it feels so good to know. I remember this VA got rated by another VA in the Livestream. She went fangirling because it was her fave and inspiration. See, I love when Lucky ASMR, he gets all fangirly when I pop into his streams, and it warms my heart because I love it. I love that reaction. I've never had that reaction before, but he hams it up for me, and I love him for that. Am I afraid of heights? Yes. And I'm also afraid of the ocean. Yes, me too. I live in a beach town, but I refuse to go in the ocean. I've only been to the beach like 3 times. The ocean is beautiful to look at. It's beautiful to observe. I will not go in it. You will not get me in it. I've tried boogie boarding before. That is as far as I'll go. I'm not going back in. I'm good. Do you mind if you explain how you made the I don't want you to leave me alone video? It started with a script submission. Somebody submitted me a script saying like, hey, could you do like a suicide prevention video? And it was something that I've been toying around with, but I didn't know exactly what the theme was going to be or how the story was going to go. So it took me a while to figure it out, and I wanted to, keep it broad. I didn't want to be specific to like maybe suicidal in terms of using razor blades or suicidal in terms of, this or that. I wanted it to keep it open so other people felt, compelled to feel a little bit more warm and invited by this person. Shoot, I fanboyed when you replied to me on Twitter. Aw, see, I love that. I love that I have that response. It's so, I know that I've like, it's a little weird to say, but I love it. Like, it feels weird that people are fanboying, fangirling to me. Like, me, little old me. Like, I'm nothing special. It's in me, like, I'm a consummate professional. You should see. Oh my God, if I could like show you all the conversations between me and Unicorn Wizard, like, we're consummate professionals. He's always sending me stuff that's like, it just makes me laugh. And that's what I love, is that I try to keep it professional, but at the same time, I want you to know that I'm a very chill and laid back person, so I will joke with you or I'll make inappropriate comments. So if I ever go too far, I apologize. Mm. If you invite Vix to go to the beach, should be locking the door and saying no. I mean, I would go. I would go to the beach. I love being able to sit on the beach. I love picnics on the beach. I think that they're a wonderfully sandy experience, but with an extra side of sand. I just don't like going into the water. You know, I'll go at the edge or like the shoreline, but like I just won't go into the ocean. I won't swim in the ocean. Have you ever heard of a channel called Teaser? No, I have not. Is this a new channel? Well, I'll have to check it out. You're very much fangirlable, though. Unsure if that's a usable word. I mean, it's a word now. It is now. Fangirlable. That's sweet of you to say. Like, I appreciate that. I still feel like I've got a long way to go. But I really appreciate that there are fans that feel that strongly about me. Like I have fans. Like that's a really warm and inviting feeling to somebody who never thought that people cared about this much about her. You know what I mean? Like somebody who has as much anxiety as I do about, you know, do other people like me? Like I am a people pleaser. And so the fact that people feel this strongly really does warm my heart, and it really feels good. What animal do you like? I like all kinds of animals. I love animals. They're very cute. From fluffy to scaly, I love them all. They're very cute. I love animals. Totally fangirl boyable. I appreciate it, y'all. Teaser isn't ASMR or RP, it's just an FYI. Just an FYI. It's not, is it a like a tea spill kind of channel, like drama kind of channel? Because any channel with the word tea in it is kind of known for being a YouTube drama channel. I could be wrong. Yeah, in terms of other channels, I haven't really been paying that much attention. I really start paying attention when I'm like out, like reaching out to other channels and like looking for responses. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. When I start looking for other voice actors to work on on projects with me, I'm honestly looking for two things. I'm looking for either they have an email posted or if they have a Twitter link or some way for me to get in contact with them on social media. If they don't have either, I will move on. I will move on. I will not contact them. I will not outreach them because I'm not going to go to the extra trouble to do so if I don't have to. So it's something that, like, you know, shout out to anybody who's, you know, interested in working with me. Get your stuff together and I will contact you. As long as you have one way for me to contact you, like a direct link, I'll do it. It's literally as easy as that. I've already heard your videos. I heard you and I'm contacting you to say you got the part. That's literally why I'm contacting you. It's not to say, hey, like, audition for this part. No, it's saying, hey, take it. I want you to have it. Take it. Are you a dog person or a cat person? I'm both. I love animals. I used to have rabbits too. Like my mom was a teacher. She had class pet was always a rabbit. So I love animals. I've had birds, I've had dogs, I've had rabbits. My family's allergic to cats, so they've never really had one. But I love animals. They're very beautiful, very fun creatures. You know that I fangirled over you, right? You heard me, if I remember right. I mean, yeah, Crimson, you did fangirl over me. I like a little bit. You got a little excited. I know you got a little flustered though. But again, I think it's because I popped right in and just like immediately threw it balls to the wall kind of style. How I do. I really appreciate that there are voice actors in the stream like hanging out with me. Like I love hanging out with you guys because everybody's so nice. All the voice actors that I work with or that I've reached out to are so nice. They're so wonderful. They're so welcoming. They're lovely people. Well, who's your favorite comedian? Mine's Gabriel Iglesias. Hell yes. I love him. He's great. Right now I'm really in love with Eliza Schlesinger. I'll say that again. Eliza Schlesinger. She is the fast talking comedian. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody, but she's got a couple of specials on Netflix, and she is just I love her. She's like, if like I could hang out with anybody, like, and have a drink with anybody, that would be her. Like, it would be this girl. Are there any particular schools of philosophy you ascribe to? Not really. Nothing in particular. My like motto for life is trust people until they give you a reason not to. Like, that's the text I live by. I have found that in life, it's really, you can't really go through it with your nose like completely on, you in constant defense about people and, avoiding people and having this barrier up. So I learned that just be friendly to people, trust them until they give you a reason not to. And honestly, so far, it has not led me astray. I've met a lot of great people that way. And to the people that, lose my trust, they lose me. It's as simple as that. I don't do second chances. I can't do it. Like, if you don't respect me enough to respect my trust in you, then what am I even doing? I'm not going to waste my time, and I'm not going to waste yours. Like, I am not, like, I know a lot of people say this, but I'm not somebody who's very submissive about people's feelings. If someone asks me out, I will not say yes if I don't want to. I've literally straight up in the middle of like public spaces told like people no because I don't want to. And a lot of people are like shocked by that. But why? You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand why people are shocked by that. It's just, I'm being honest, I don't want to waste your time. Nothing against you, I just don't feel like it. What type of music do you resent? I don't really hate any kind of music. I love listening to music. I don't listen to a lot of country, but I don't hate it. I just don't listen to it. Excuse me. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Just jumping into the chat. Hello. Join us. We having a good time. I would like to voice act, but don't have the time. Ugh, preach. Same. Princess Under Guard. That's it. That's one of my favorite roleplay series. Oh my god. That's the classic. That was something that I was very proud of that. I was very proud of the way it came together and how everything kind of unfolded. I was really happy to work with the people I did. It was just a very beautiful first series, and I love that it kind of set the bar for me for my next series, which had to really step it up. And now I'm going to have another gigantic shoe to fill. I know it's not going to be as hyped up as my Forbidden Love story is, but I'm excited to bring it for everybody. So be on the lookout because I'm going to be posting things about that. And that's another thing. If you are like a voice actor looking to join in on my channel, Twitter. I post things on Twitter, like casting calls on Twitter all the time. So if you're ever looking for that information, that's the place to find it. Have I ever heard of Francis of the Filth? Filth? No, I have not. Would you do another medieval series? Honestly, no, because I'm trying not to be too specific when it comes to specific time periods. I like doing more modern day stuff. I like doing, I think it's easier to do more modern day stuff because I'm more acquainted with more modern day things. So I don't think I will do another medieval series. I'll just have, nods to it every now and then. Have you ever looked at the videos by... I'm not even going to pronounce that. No, I have not. I've never heard of this series. What's the worst movie I've seen? The Room. Worst movie I've ever seen. I think one of my favorites is The Haunted Anniversary. That's a cute one. And that was also a fan script that was submitted to me. And Kyle is still continuing to send things to me, and I have yet to respond to him, and I feel bad about that. I've been so busy, and I hope he doesn't take this personally. And if he's listening, I'm sorry. I've seen all of his updates, and I promise you I'm going to be releasing more of his stuff because his work is great. He does do really great work in terms of storytelling. And I love that he's a fan. I love it. It makes me so happy that I love the fact that I want my fan base to be like the Game Grumps fan base, a community of very creative, very fun people. That's what I want. A community that sticks up for each other, that's, is in each other's corner and has a community feel to it. That's what I want. Like, I don't want to be like, I don't want to be like the head of the head of the committee. I don't want that to be the thing. I just want this to be a community. I want everybody to be on the same platform. I'm just the person that brought it all together. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just that person, that I'm the one renting the space. Y'all are just welcome here. Y'all are welcome here. The Room is a masterpiece. Oh, sure. Yeah, go ahead and tell me that. Tell me, the film major, that it was a masterpiece. All right, don't come into my house with that. It's a masterpiece. I'm just kidding. Like, I know The Room exists, and obviously it was made to be that bad. It was supposed to. I don't know if you can hear that, but I live near an airport. I know it was supposed to be that bad. I'm just saying, like, God. Oh, it was so bad. It was so bad. What about more Forbidden Love series? No, I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm somebody that if I've done it already, I'm not going to go back to it. Like, I'll probably do a one-off or like maybe one video, but I'm somebody that if I do a series, I'm checking it off my list and I'm not coming back to it. So I'm not going to do, now that I've got this Yandere series going on Patreon, I'm probably not going to do one on my channel. I'm probably not going to do anything. I'm somebody that, I like running my channel the way I like running it, and I don't want to fall into the Yandere girlfriend category. I don't want that to be my thing. I want my channel to be a universal storytelling platform. I don't want it to be too specific to one theme. Barbershop of voice actors. I want all voice actors on my channel. Like, I just want it to be like a glob of just all kinds of different voices from all different ranges, from bass to high pitch. I want them in my, on my channel. I want you guys to see these, hear these wonderful voices, and because there's so much potential, especially when given the right role. It's like acting in theater, acting in a play, acting in a movie, a TV show, whatever. It's fun. It's a fun experience, and I know that with me, someone will see it. So someone will listen to them, and someone will find it, and someone will go and click on this channel like, ooh, I haven't heard this person before. I really like their voice, or I really like how they portray this character. I'm going to go check them out. Obviously, they're cool if they're hanging out on this channel. Am I right? Not to toot my own horn. What is your favorite movies that are based on a book? This is a good one. It's really hard, but I love the Stephen King movies, except for The Shining. I'm team Stephen King. I will always be team Stephen King. Stanley Kubrick can suck it. I love any kind of Stephen King adaptations because they always have like their own flair to it. But in every single one, you can tell that it's Stephen King. He's there. In terms of Grumps, were you around for John Trom era Game Grumps? Yeah, I actually came in during Sonic 06. I came in when they were playing that game and it was just utter chaos. And I fell in love and I never left. Even with the change, I was very happy to see them moving on and creating a more healthy platform for everybody involved. And that JonTron is doing well on his own. Like, he's uploading videos, he's getting to a more consistent basis. And look at how far he's come. I mean, he did a second Flex Seal video, and it was, the production value on it was amazing. Like, so they all moved on, and I'm happy for them. I really am. Give us a random fact. Okay, a fun fact about me. There's so many things about me. I don't know if I've told you guys this before, but I could say the alphabet backwards at various speeds. I've never had to use it for like a checkpoint or anything like that. I've never been pulled over for DUI. I don't do that, because that's hashtag not cool. But I can do it. Like, I remember it was just something that at the age of 7, I think, I sat down with my grandma when I was hanging out with her one day, and I was like, I want to learn how to say the alphabet backwards. And she was like, aight. So she got a piece of paper, she laid it all out, and we went letter by letter, and it's still stuck in my head. Have a good one to everybody who's leaving. Bye, adios. I'll catch you later. Hit me up on Twitter. We'll chat. Are you going to do a werewolf roleplay, or like you were the werewolf in coming? No, I don't plan on doing any creature stories. I don't plan on doing any like creature specific, like, you know, people doing like there's been a lot of like different kinds of combination creatures, and I don't feel comfortable doing those kinds of stories. So I'm not going to do a werewolf one. I did that one video because it was a fan script and I loved it, but I think that's it for me in terms of werewolves. I'm not going to do a series on them. Hello to people who are just coming in. Hello. But I'm still in high school and I don't want to hold anything up by my schoolwork. Could I still be in a video? If my commitments for voice actors, for anybody who's on my channel, is once a month. I look for audios once a month. And the audios that I send are anywhere from between like 4 to 10 minutes in length. So it's a script that's laid out, and it's pretty, you know, cut and dry kind of thing. But it is a once a month commitment that I'm looking for. Okay, I'll see you later, Sanctuary. Hit me up again and have fun at Endgame. Again, don't come in and spoil. We appreciate you and we love you. See you later, boo. Oh my god, has it already been an hour and 15 minutes? Time just flies when I'm hanging out with everybody. And that's what I love about these streams, is that people are hanging out and people are having a good time. That's what I like. That's what I want. So I'm really happy that everybody is choosing to hang out with me instead of going to see Endgame, or, you know, doing both while they're waiting for Endgame. I appreciate that. That's really cool of you. Like, as somebody who is also a fellow nerd, I understand how meaningful this is, and believe me, I appreciate it, that you are choosing to watch this free service instead of paying for a movie that you're going to see later. Have I ever taken the Fitnessgram Pacer test? Like the high school one? Like the one where they have you doing like burpees and stuff like that? I mean, those are the only fitness tests I took were in high school. Or were in middle school, high school, all those things. Those were the only times I ever did anything like that. After that, I was put on, when I was in high school, I couldn't, when we did PE in the weight room, like we actually had to work in like the weight room, I wasn't allowed on most of the equipment because it was heavier than I was. Even like without weights, it was heavier than I was and could crush me. So I wasn't allowed on a lot of things. I'm still not. I'm still lighter than most of the equipment. How's everybody doing? Is everybody doing well? I've been chatting so much about myself that I've been meaning to check in on you guys. How is everybody doing today? You lovelies hanging in there? I'm glad that people are adapting to the fact of me calling you all lovelies. Like, I like that people are comfortable with that, because it's something that just literally happened. I just said that and I was like, you know what? I like that. Lovelies. My lovelies. I like that my fan base are the lovelies. Those are my babies. Y'all are my lovelies. And like, I love the fact that I can say that phrase. I have a fan base. Like, I have a fan base. So posh. It feels good. Like, it feels like this channel has come a long way. And I'm like, this is the progress. I'm seeing the progress happening. And it feels really, really great. I love that there's like a community building, and that's rallying around, supporting me in my endeavors, no matter how wild and outlandish they are. I'm so happy that people are also gravitating to my new story concepts. Oh my god, I hate the people that I live with. I'm glad that all of you guys have really been adapting to the kind of more out there stories I've been putting together. Like my driver episode. That one was something that I put together because I was just so into watching the Transporter movies, and I was like, I want this to be a girl. I want it to be a girl driver. Like, I want to be the driver. I could be the driver. And thus the video was born. There is my thought process right there. My video process from A to Z. That's how it works. I get an idea and I was like, I can do that. Because I am, as somebody who's a female in a very male-dominated world, because I work in a tech industry that's also very dominated by men. Like, I like being the femme fatale. You know what I mean? Like that. I can do that. Like, not better. I'm just saying that I can do that too. So why not do it? And so, like, with the driver episode, this was something that I really wanted to kind of like be a little bit more like badass with. And of course I could have said that the listener was the driver, but I wanted to be the driver. Like, I wanted to be the driver, and I wanted the listener to be like the damsel in distress. You know what I mean? Because I think that it's nice to feel like rescued and wanted. It's nice. I've had guys tell me, like, guys and girls alike tell me, and everything in between and beyond, that they like feeling pursued. Like, they love feeling that they're protected. They like feeling like there's someone looking out for them. And so I wanted to play off of that a little bit more in terms of being like a literal guardian, like a protective person. Do I ever get embarrassed or nervous in some parts of making a video? I mean, yeah. When I'm editing certain things, it can get a little weird. But in terms of like more intimate stuff, it can get a little weird. But when it comes to embarrassment, no. I had an entire Patreon series talking about like sexuality and all that good stuff and kinks, and I don't embarrass easily. I'm not that person. I just like a good story. Exactly. And that's what you're going to get on my channel. It's just a good story. It's or at the very least a story. If it's not good, it's at least a story. And that's something that, like, I'm really glad that a lot of my videos have gotten a lot of, again, positive responses. I know that a lot of people are like, part two, but I don't like doing part twos. I feel like I'm backtracking, and I feel like it's like, not to bash anybody else for doing this, but I feel like I like coming up with fresh content because I like feeling fresh. I like doing new things and trying new things and seeing if things bounce off of that. So I don't like doing part twos because I feel like I'm backtracking, and I feel like I have a lot to expect. It's like the Half-Life sequel, you know what I mean? Like, I got a lot of shoes to fill, and honestly, if given the choice, I'd rather not. I'd rather leave it the way it was and let you make the story up afterwards. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't like the way it ended, continue the story in your own way. That's fine. Am I femme fatale in real life? Hell yes. I'm a femme fatale. I am not a kept woman. I'm not a kept woman. Like, I am the definition of a strong, independent woman. Like, I am the definition of a femme fatale. I am that girl. I am that honey. I am somebody who intimidates men. I'm somebody who intimidates people. I am that type of person. Has anybody ever walked in on you recording at the very wrong moment? No, I live alone. Again, femme fatale. I pay my own rent. I live alone. So my recordings are, no one walks in. It's just me. I have neighbors, but, they do what they want. They live their own life. Did you see Honey do a week of sequels? No. I barely listen to Honey. I'll follow her every now and then, but I don't really pay attention. If she did do that, that's cool. That's a great idea. It's just not something that I would do myself. If that's something that you want, then go to that channel and support them. But you're just not going to get that here. Do you have a favorite series that you find yourself revisiting? Yeah, I love listening to, there's a couple of channels that I really like listening to. I love listening to, oh God, I blanking on this person's name right now. I really rarely go back and listen to my own stuff because I'm so paranoid about it. I just have to walk away at some point and let go. But in terms of series, I love anything on Cardlin's channel going on. There's some videos that I prefer more than others, but I love his stuff. I could always listen to his work. It's just a comforting kind of feeling. So if I were a man, would you be a Casanova? I think I'd be a lot smarter than Casanova, because as Casanova was smooth, he wasn't exactly the smartest guy. You know what I mean? I'm a lot more stealthy when it comes to that kind of stuff. Plus, I wouldn't be a womanizer. I don't roll like that. I'm not somebody that likes collecting, or is insanely addicted to sex. That's not who I am. I'm somebody who, if I find one person, I will put all my energy into that one person because they deserve all of my energy. But if they're not going to reciprocate, then I'm not going to waste my time, and I will let you know right up front. That's the kind of person I would be. I think I would be pretty badass as a guy. I think I would be. But I love the fact that I am this strong force as a female. I'm very cisgendered. I'm very happy being female. I very much am happy with my gender, even though society has constantly told us otherwise. Okay, so say you want to introduce someone to all of this. What's your go-to video? To my channel specifically, probably that video of I can't remember what it's. Wow, the video I did, of me and Locke ASMR, the comedy vampire one I did, it's essentially the listener is the victim, and he or they are tied up, and it's me and Locke ASMR arguing about what's going on in our lives. I'm not here for this. That is a video that I would probably show people, because you'll be able to understand what kind of person I am in terms of comedy and its content. And at the same time, they're getting that the listener is more the focus point of the story. Even though that this argument is going on, you are the focus point. And it's also a great, non-scary kind of, not jump scare-esque type video that kind of really does show my kind of humor. That script was written by a good friend of mine, and I really helped him out with it. But it really does share my sense of humor in terms of like that sarcastic, like, excuse me, honey. Like that's the kind of person I am. So if I was to introduce someone new to the channel and who didn't know who I was, this is like the video that best describes me in terms of my humor. Is it hard for you to be in a relationship with a man, with a male fatale, with a guy, with a strong independent guy? No. If anything, I welcome it. I prefer it. I prefer, like I said, it's not men. Like I'm pansexual, so I don't have a specific gender. Like I'm not looking for a specific gender. I'm happy with all. I can make it work with whatever you've got going on. That's kind of how I roll. And so when it comes to my partner, I prefer a partner with a backbone. I prefer an independent partner, someone who thinks for themselves, someone who has their own beliefs, someone who has already come with all their parts. You know what I mean? Like it's something that I don't have to unwrap and piece together. It's somebody that is come to me, whether they're either in getting their life together or not. I want somebody who has that together, has whatever chaos is their life is going on. They've got it handled. Or they're figuring it out. That's the kind of person I want to be like in a relationship with. Someone who has a backbone, is that strong-minded, independent person, because I know I'm going to get along with them so much better than someone who's submissive. I cannot stand people who are like constantly like I hate when people constantly apologize. Like not that I hate, people that do that. It's just that I don't feel like there's anything for you to apologize for. Don't apologize. It's not, you have no reason to. It's okay. It's not like it's a bad thing. Just don't apologize. And so I'm somebody who, and that's, for me, it's really hard to find. Shockingly, it's been really hard for me to find someone like that. And I tried and tried again, but, I feel like I'm fighting a losing battle sometimes. And it is kind of different because I am somebody who is very headstrong. I am somebody who's insanely independent. Like I said, I pay my own health insurance, my own rent, my own car. I work a job. I work a really demanding job in a very male-dominated world. I'm somebody who speaks my mind and will tell you straight up if something is bugging me. And a lot of people, especially, if I'm looking for a romantic interest, they're thrown by that. So a lot of those relationships don't last because they feel kind of overshadowed or insecure. So I'm looking for someone who comes with their own, their own bags. They've got them ready to go. They know what they've got. They know what they're about, and they embrace it. They embrace their weird. That is who I want. Has anybody ever recognized you in public or your channel? Nope. Not one person. No one has been able to sniff me out. What's my favorite flower? The rose. Roses are my favorite flower because there you have a lot of meanings, a lot of different symbolism, and they smell really good. My girlfriend keeps apologizing to me for no reason, and I don't know how to respond. Just say that. Just like, you don't need to apologize. It's okay. That's all you have to say. You don't need to apologize. It's okay. That's it. Like, even if you have to keep repeating it, that's what you say. You don't have to apologize. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to apologize. Like, this isn't something you need to apologize for. It's fine. It's cool. Like, because there are people in the world. Like, I find myself apologizing sometimes a little too much. And so in those moments, I just want to make sure that it's okay. Like, what happened is okay. That's where I'm coming from. But when someone gives me that reassurance of, it's cool, don't worry about it, like, you don't have to apologize, there, brushing off my shoulder, moving on with my day. So that's really how I would handle that situation. Like, I've dated people who are like that too, just constantly apologizing. I'm just like, stop, please. Symbolisms of red roses, like, different colors mean different things. like all flowers mean different, technically have different meanings and symbolisms in different cultures. I know that, with red roses, it's a sign of passion. Like red roses, red means passion. So you give a red rose to someone you are, interested in or involved with romantically, or want to be involved with a little bit more like romantically. White or pink roses pink roses are more for like friendship, like orange roses are more for like solidarity. Different colors mean different things or like show different emotions. So like you wouldn't give red roses to like, I don't know, like someone that you barely know. You would probably give someone like orange roses or like a colored rose or like yellow roses to someone who like to show like that you're just meeting, and you would give red roses to somebody who you've known for a lot longer. So it depends on the symbolism, or it depends on the context. Do you have a song that that you have to sing along every time it comes on? It used to be Don't Stop Believin', but I've finally grown out of that. Right now it's Every Time We Touch by Cascada. Because I think everybody feels the same way about that song. Red ones are your favorite ones? No, I just like roses. Red ones, black ones, blue ones, pink ones, orange, purple, color, like rainbow ones. Doesn't matter. I love roses. I just think that they all smell the same, regardless of what color they are. They're just beautiful colors. Like the fact that roses can change colors and still smell the same is insane. And that you can even manipulate the color of a rose by adding food coloring to the water that it's seeped in. It's so cool. It's like science, you know what I mean? Botany at its finest. Black roses, I do believe it means mourning or like death. It's like an omen. Or yeah, it's like an omen of like a warning. Again, it depends on the context, because I know if I remember, no, Phantom of the Opera rose was red. It was a red rose with a black ribbon around it. See, that's what I'm saying. Like different things, different colors mean different things. I don't know. I love flowers. Like I think that, but roses are like my ish. If I could smell like roses 24/7, I would be totally fine with that. How's everybody doing? Still hanging in there? I know it's only been about an hour and a half, but I appreciate everybody sticking through. I appreciate everybody hanging in there and chatting, asking questions, and just filling time with me. I really appreciate it. All the support and all the love, I feel it every moment of every day, every comment, every every post and retweet. I appreciate it. It's something that I've been moving forward and making changes to the channel. Excuse me. Oh, sorry. I've been moving forward, as you can see, obviously, with the new logo. I wanted to create something that shows that this is an adventure channel. Like, what you see isn't like ASMR. It's about, pulling the sword from Excalibur, being the chosen one, finding your set of wings, being the center of the center of attention. That's what I want from this channel. And I know the logo is very detailed and extravagant, but that's kind of who I am. So I wanted this to kind of be a logo that's screams, it's dangerous to go alone, take this. That's what I wanted to get out of this logo. And I want people to when people gravitate to this channel, they understand that when they see this logo, they feel this sense of vigor, the sense of adventure. And I hope that's what comes across. I was very proud of these wings. I free-handed those wings. Clearly they look a little rough, but I was very happy with them. Got my little bubbles down below as well. It just, everything lined up so perfectly. And whether it's accurate or not, I'm just ecstatic with the way it came out. I've also got my moon in there, of course, and I love the fact that it's both pixelated, but at the same time you can see the mic and the moon. Like, you can see that it's a microphone, that it's very clearly a microphone. And I love it. Like, I love it so much. I think it's such a great and powerful design. And again, this is what you can expect from my channel. I'm constantly changing it and I'm making it better for you. I'm making it more open and more, like, you know, I want it to adapt. I want it to change with the times. I want it to continue to evolve along with us. And so this logo may change next year. Who knows where we're going to be at? Like, who knows what's going to be happening next month or next year? And I also am really excited that I got to do this with, you know, my 2-year anniversary coming up. I really wanted to do something special and revamp this channel and continue to do it until, you know, I've got my new backgrounds that are a little bit more specific to different stories. And a lot of people have really been responding to those. So I really wanted to keep my theme of, you know, the night sky and the moon, because it's who we are. It's how we roll. But still keep that sense of like adventure, you know, like we are the heroes of our own story. If I send you a script, can you help me with the side project? I want to write a role play script, but also for your channel too. I have so many ideas. That's sweet, but I don't have any time to personally work one-on-one with people. So I will accept, like, you know, concepts or even completed scripts, but I don't have time to sit down and work with somebody one-on-one. I don't have that kind of time right now. If you're looking for other people, maybe other people can help you. I know on my Discord, I have a chat section for people to post script ideas and even bounce ideas off each other. So if you're looking to, you know, for ideas from writers, you can jump in there and post it and see if people will help you out. Would you make content you hate but got lots of views, or content but yet you love? Would you make content you hate but you got lots of views, or content you love but nobody sees? That question right there is what a roleplay channel is. That is what the constant struggle between every single roleplay channel faces. Do you fall into the yandere girlfriend trap, or do you want to make content you're passionate of but no one's can see it? That's what you're constantly faced with. So of course all of my romantic role plays about me being a girlfriend or me being, you know, kissy are gonna get more views than those of me in space being, you know, a badass commander or something like that. Of course they're gonna be different. Crendon Theater is my passion project, and it's gotten the most 200 views compared to my yandere and tsundere videos, which have gotten 70,000 views. It's unbelievable the kind of bias we really deal with in these channels, because my passion projects do not get views. They don't. And I'm okay with that, because I know that people are still going to see it, and those people that see it really enjoy it. And that's why I make these videos. That's why I continue to make the content I want to make. I don't care what other people want to see, you know what I mean? Like, I don't care that people want me to make a part 2 to my yandere videos. I don't care that people want me to be this yandere character. I don't care. I'm going to do what I want to do because it's my channel. And I'm open to suggestions. I'm open to people's opinions, and I'm open to you letting me know that you are interested in a part 2 for this. That doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to do it. And that's something that I have lost a lot of viewers with, and I've lost a lot of subscribers for. That's just, it is what it is. If you want commissioned work, I'm going to be working on that at some point, but right now I just don't have the time to do those kinds of things. It's just something that, this is the struggle, you know. I'm always going to be doing passion projects because it's my channel and I do what I want. Welcome to Vixie Voice. This Vixie running the show. Vixie, this is Vixie's show. I'm going to make sure that you're the star, but I'm going to also make sure that this is running in an era, like it's running in a world that I have complete control over. That is my goal with all of these videos is to be the, like, I will play into the, the typical stories, like the werewolf, the vampire, the this, the that, the yanderes. I will play into that every now and then, but they're few and far in between, and I like it that way. I really do. I really prefer to release it every now and then because I think that it's more special that way. And, it kind of, after a while, I've seen so many channels go under because they can't come up with any more yandere or vampire or werewolf specific content, or that they keep repeating themselves. And I've seen a lot of channels go under because of it. And I don't want to be that person. I want to continue to do what I want to do. I want to continue to thrive, and I want to continue to be a very open world type of channel. I want to be an open world type of channel. That's exactly what I am. An open world type of platform game. You know what I mean? You can go wherever you want, do whatever you want to do on your own time. That is exactly the kind of video channel I am, is an open world channel. There are so many different side missions for you to accomplish and finish and do whatever you want, but take your time with it. No rush. It's all up to you. That's how I roll, and that's how it's going to continue to roll until this channel, whenever the brakes are pumped on the channel. I have notes for Crendon, and I'm excited to try and solve the yandere one. I appreciate it. I'm glad that people are enjoying and gravitating to Crendon. It's, again, one of my biggest passion projects. I put a lot of effort into that. I am definitely somebody, in terms of subscribing to me, I'm somebody who, what you see is what you get. You are coming to, and every single week it's a new story. It's something new. So you will always see that part 2 in the comments, but it will never sway my decision. I run my channel the way I want to run it. I do not allow my viewers to dictate things for me. I'm open to suggestions, and I'm very warm and welcoming to them, but I'm not somebody that lets my viewers dictate what I do. Oh, hey Shane, how you doing? It's good to hear from you again. Open world is brilliant, right? It's such a great concept. Don't be afraid to not make us a badass. Oh, I mean, I get it. I mean, yeah, I miss Crendon, believe it or not. Like, it's my baby, and it will always be my baby, but I need to work on it a little bit more, because I've got it written in book format, and I want to be able to adapt it so it's not as dark, because I don't want you guys voice acting these, like, it's a very, very dark concept that we get into, and I don't want somebody, voice acting that kind of commentary. So I may be just kind of pumping the brakes on that, and I may even release it as a book as opposed to an audiobook, and then just have, the original couple of chapters on YouTube, so that way people can read it. But to be honest, I'm okay with going back and editing it a little bit and making it fit a little more. Although I kind of like both ideas, and I'm still playing with it. I would literally listen to you make duck noises if you were passionate about it. Watch me. Don't tempt me. I'm somebody who you can, especially for my live streams, this is who I am. Like, this is me as it gets in terms of Vixie. This is who I am as a person day to day. Like, this is what I sound like. This is how I act. I am somebody who just wants people to have fun. I just want you to have a good time. I just want you to be happy and live your best life, doing what makes you happy and not giving a fuck what other people think. Like, that is the kind of life I want for you. Okay, so people are down for the Crendon Theater in book format. See, I like that idea because I'd already been writing it for years, and I've already got like 50 chapters in, and I think we can go, I mean, it can go as long as I need it to, but I would like to release it as a book, although I'm, again, very nervous about the subject matter at hand because it does get very dark, and I don't want people thinking that, a lot of people have a very difficult time separating the artist from the character, and I do not want that happening in this series, especially considering what the content, what happens in the story. I do not want anybody being portrayed as some kind of villain, especially someone who is doing this out of the kindness of their own heart, not even getting paid for this. Like, I want to take care of my audio, like the people I collab with. I want to take care of them and their reputations. I want them to feel comfortable, and I do not want them being put in a very uncomfortable situation because they're asked to voice a character that could be the root of an unbelievable evil. You know what I mean? So we're coming back to that. Crendon is still kind of in the back of my mind. The first country you would visit. I've already visited a bunch of countries. I've been to Mexico. I've been to Paris. I've been to Europe. I've been to, where else have I been to? I've been to New Zealand. I've been to Australia. I've been to all kinds of places. What would your advice be on starting and also maintaining an ASMR channel? Well, I don't run an ASMR channel, so I honestly wouldn't know where to begin, but I would definitely say that just start with, I've seen ASMR videos start with like a theme and just stick with that, like, I don't know, like scratching noises or tapping noise. One video is tapping noises, the other one is a scratching, like very specific triggers, like starting there and then working your way up. And whether you want to be anonymous or, video, somebody who is on video, that's another thing you kind of have to ask yourself, whether or not you want your image broadcasted or if you want to remain anonymous. And that's why with ASMR, it's a lot trickier for people to remain anonymous because a lot more people enjoy the videos where they can watch what's happening as opposed to just listen. Whereas it's like an audiobook. You can just turn your phone over and just listen. You know what I mean? And it's as simple as that. That would be my advice. I'm not an ASMR channel. I try not to brand myself as that. A lot of my videos do say ASMR, but that was because I didn't understand the difference back then, and I don't want to rebrand them now. So, but for the majority, I don't do tippy-tappy sounds. I do loud storytelling. I do very loud storytelling. But yeah, I would just say do it. Do it, and do it the way you want to do it. Like, have fun with it. And if you're doing this just to make money, don't. If you're doing this because you genuinely want to do this, go for it. Like, I hate people that think that because they start on YouTube with this, this type of channel, they're going to make it big or like get famous right away or make money right away, like make millions of dollars. Like, no. Like it's not going to happen right away, and it may not happen. And you have to understand that. And that's okay. It's not about the money. It's not about the views. It's just about making content that you're proud of and that you're comfortable with. So it's one thing if you're doing it for fame. It's another thing if you're doing it because you genuinely want to do it. But I'm sure you genuinely want to. So I say do it. Do it and have fun with it. Go as hard as you want, honey. I support you. There are tons of people supporting you. Anybody who wants to start their own channel, I support it. Like, it's not competition. I don't see other channels as competition. I don't get that phrase in the ASMR roleplay community. It's just not, it doesn't exist. Because everybody has their own way of telling a story, and it's always going to be different from channel to channel. So there really is no competition. It's just, content being told in different ways. So that's something that I really emphasize when starting a channel is don't worry about other channels. You can definitely reference off of other channels for like inspiration, but don't worry about them. They're not competition. They're not here to take you down. They're not here to outshine you. They're just here, would you ever consider doing something like the Adventure Zone or Critical Role? And you should do a Crendon live stream with all the actors, just talk about it. That would be cool. I would love to be able to have the actors hang out and do like a Crendon theater chat. But the thing is, they don't know the story. I do. They know the story so far, but they don't know what's coming up. They've only seen, it's like, I'm very much George Lucas with these kinds of, with my scripts. I don't release any information until the end, until I absolutely have to. I don't reveal big reveals until it's time. So like my Rags to Riches role play, nobody knew about the big reveal in that one until it happened. So with Crendon Theater, it would be fun to have all the voice actors discussing it, though I don't know what we would really be discussing because I'm the one that knows the story. We could chat about you guys can chat about how it felt to be, I don't know, casted, or like how you feel your character is. But I really, in terms of storyline, I think that would be something to definitely look into. I will definitely think about that. That's a good idea. But in terms of Adventure Zone, like a D&D stream kind of thing, I am definitely interested. I would need people for that. Excuse me. And for people to do that, I would also need to line up schedules. And scheduling people who live in different parts of the world at the same time is extremely difficult. So I'm sure at some point I'll come back to it, but don't get me wrong, that idea is definitely in my mind. Again, it's a big project that I would need to actually sit down and focus on. Don't be afraid to ask when you want to do something with your channel. Go to a friend for advice. Yeah, seriously, like don't be afraid to even ask other channels for advice. Don't feel like because a channel has like 1,000 views, like 100,000 subscribers, that you can't contact them. Like Cardinal is insanely like compassionate towards other channels. He works with people. It doesn't matter how small the channel is or how big the channel is. He will work with you. And that's the kind of, community that I want to portray, and the kind that I want to work in is the one that it doesn't matter what kind of clout or like following you have. It doesn't matter how big your community is. You'll still work with other people because you believe in this. You believe in them. And that it feels good. So don't be afraid to ask other channels. Don't be afraid to send them the message. Don't be afraid to just reach out and touch, Don't be afraid to do it, because I'm somebody that does reach out, ask people directly, but a lot of people, I do get some people asking me directly as well. And the channel will be upfront with you and say, hey, like, good to hear from you. I'm just not looking for it right now. Or, hey, or maybe like, hey, if you're looking for recommendations, try this channel. I've worked with them before. You'd be surprised what people will do. And this community is so nice to its subscribers. Like, we love you guys. We really want to take care of you, and we want to answer your questions. We want you to feel warm and invited. We want you to feel like we're listening to you as much as you listen to us. And it doesn't matter, like I said, it doesn't matter how big the channel is. Don't be afraid to go for it. Don't be afraid to ask. Because what's the worst they can do is just say no. That's fine. At least they saw it, right? Like, they read it. That's crazy. It works. So don't be afraid to make that leap. My Twitter box is like open. Don't be afraid to take that leap. You know what I mean? I will say this. Don't be sliding into people's DMs. Don't be sliding into my DMs hoping for more than, the role plays. Like, that's it's not gonna happen. I actually had somebody on like one of my videos comment their phone number, and I was like, no. No, please don't do that. Please don't post your personal information thinking that I'm going to see it and contact you. It's not gonna happen. I don't appreciate the enthusiasm in that regard. I don't. It's unnecessary and it's dangerous for you. I don't want that in the world. I don't want your phone number floating around on the internet. That's dangerous. Like, I'm not saying all of y'all are dangerous. I'm just saying don't do that. Don't do that. Be smart. Don't do that. Like, I love what I love ambitious people, and I want all of you guys to feel warm and invited and welcomed and, you know, open to chatting with me. Like, that's what I want. I don't want you guys to feel intimidated by me. I want you guys to be able to ask me questions, no matter what the subject matter is. Because I am a very approachable person, even though I don't look and sound it. Can you tell us a very short story in, like, a couple of sentences? I could tell you a story, like a funny story about my life. Like, it wouldn't be short. I could just tell you a story if that's cool with you guys. Or like something funny that happened to me. Because that's kind of what I do in my videos to make them more personal. Like when, like those the comfort videos about like the, you know, the shot, like the getting a shot or something like that, or the tattoo. When I tell stories, like when I'm telling a story in that as used to like distract, those stories are real. Like those are actual personal stories. Like there's a story that I tell about me going to a rave and how when on the drive back, my friend was hanging out of the window on the highway, giving a light show to the car next to us. This is an actual thing that happened in my life. Like I can't make those kinds of stories up. So those stories are 100% real. Well, I mean, don't it be intimidated by my, like, the 7,000 subscribers. Like, that's what I mean. You could be intimidated by me. Be very intimidated by me personally, but don't be intimidated by my count, my subscriber count. Like, I love that. That's one of my favorite stories. The rave story is one of my favorite stories. I tell it in all of my live streams. And I tell it in, like, I'm pretty sure I've told it multiple times in my videos. But it's just such a funny story, like, to think back on. And just, it makes me laugh every single time. For those of you who don't know it, I'm going to tell it because I love it. So basically one night it was my first rave. It was an underground and... which means that it's illegal, which means that it wasn't on the spectrum. It was very hidden, and you had to call a phone number to get a password to go to the door and give them that password and then be let in to pay the money to be able to get in again. Like, it's a very intricate process. Anyways, we're heading there. I'm with a group of friends who are taking care of me. And I was going to take care of them because I was going to be the designated driver. I told them that I wanted to be, sober. I didn't want to drink or do anything because I wanted to be aware of my surroundings going to my first, underground rave. So I'm there. We get there. We're having a good time. It's really fun. It's really nice. It's like in the basement of like a church. It's so small, so cramped. It's a lot of fun though. And then all of a sudden, we're there for 20 minutes. Cops show up. It gets busted. So they shut us down and we have to go. So we leave. But my friends, all four of the friends that I'm with, had just taken, not but 2 minutes before the cops showed up, had just taken their tabs of acid. And for those of you who don't know what that means, it's basically like a little sheet of paper that has a drop on it. And you put it on your tongue like a Listerine breath strip. You put it on and it dissolves. And the drug will kick in through your tongue. So it's absorbed through your taste buds and it kicks in after about like a half an hour. But they had just taken it 2 minutes before the cops got there. So when they got there, their anxiety levels kicked in a little bit, which causes the body to work a little faster and process things a little bit faster. So they started tripping a little sooner than they thought they would. So we were able to get to the car and start driving. So I'm driving us, and I am just praying that we get there in one piece. It's luckily not that big of a drive, but we're on the highway, and I'm going about 70 miles an hour just down this empty highway. It's like midnight, no one in the road, and it's like a Wednesday night. And I start to feel this breeze on the back of my neck, and I'm like, I shouldn't be feeling that. And I look in the rearview mirror, and I see my friend's ass, like, prominently displayed as the rest of her body is hanging out of the window, and she is giving a light show to this big SUV next to us that's just keeping up with us. And I'm like, I'm like yelling at my friends like next to her. I was like, get her in here. Are you kidding me, you guys? And they're like, oh my God. So they grab her and they pull her into the car. They close the window. We get the child lock on. And like, she starts like waving it around and waving it around. She's still like having a good time and like giving light shows to other people in the car. So we get home. Everybody goes to sleep. The next morning, she comes to me and she's like, okay, so what happened last night? And I was like, all right, girl, so here's what happened. We were on the highway and you were giving a light show to the car next to us. And she looks at me and she goes, but I don't have any light gloves, which is the gloves that, you know, with the little LED lights in them that people normally use for light shows. And I was like, uh-huh, you used a glow stick. She was waving a glow stick around, a single glow stick. She was waving and like flailing at this car, this big SUV next to us. This was my first experience going to a rave. It lasted 20 minutes, but it gave me a story that lasted a lifetime. And like, that fucking glow stick just kills me every time. She was waving a glow stick outside of the car, going 70 miles an hour to a car next to us going the exact same speed, just waving a glow stick as if she's trying to signal them or something. She was like munching on a pacifier. She looked insane. Her pupils were dilated. Oh my God. I love my friends so much, but my God, like... That was such a funny story. Like, I love looking back on that and just laughing about that. And from that moment on, I was always the designated driver. Like, I was always the sober raver. I never went to different... Actually, it wasn't alcohol. It was acid. That's what it was. We weren't drinking that night. They were doing acid. So, like, every other time we would hang out together and we'd go to raves, they would all hang out. They'd all roll. They'd all drop acid. They'd all do whatever they wanted to do. And I would be there having a good time, just enjoying myself, because I would have a good time either way. I just wanted to go there to dance. That's all I was there for, and to dress up in fun costumes and meet other people who are just as nice. But yeah, if you are doing any of that kind of stuff, please make sure you are with someone who is supportive and knows what they're doing, or like knows how to handle you. You know what I mean? Like, don't be that dick, you know, that like messes with their friends when they're in a very, very, very vulnerable state. I am somebody who will take care of you. I am very much mom, like the soccer mom that's got all of her kids in a row. Like, I've got this down to a science, and I am the permanent designated driver, because I don't drink normally. I'll have a drink every now and then, but I just normally don't. So I'm normally the designated driver, and I'm cool with it. Oh my goodness, we've been chatting for almost 2 hours. I love that. I love how time flies chatting with all of you. Makes me happy. Makes things just, this whole process go a lot smoother. And I cannot thank you enough again for all of your support and your well wishes. I hope all of you are well as well. I hope that you are having a good day, good night, good whatever time of the day it is for you, or whatever season it is for you, or whatever weather situation you're dealing with. I hope that you are okay. I hope that you're happy. I hope that you are at least getting by. You know what I mean? I hope that you are safe, and I hope that you are fed. I hope that you are doing good. At least you are hanging in. You know what I mean? I'm glad that you are here. That is something that means the world to me, that you are here with me in this moment, and that you continue to be here in this moment, or just here in general. Thank you for that. You're awesome, and you should be appreciated for the fact that you got out of bed this morning, or are still in bed but are listening to this, making the effort. You're the best, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much for being who you are, and for putting up with me in your life as much as you have. And it's just, I will always try and be somebody who lifts other people up. That's my goal. And so if you're looking for, you know, uplifting kind of story content, that's kind of how I roll. I haven't done comfort audios because I feel don't like touching on those subjects. I really don't. I like to avoid reality and really hang into the fantasy. I really like to hang on to, the fun aspects of storytelling. I will upload more heavier content, but I really don't like it. I don't like delving too much into reality when so much of my content is rooted in fantasy. So there is the comfort audios, but they're very few and far in between. And honestly, I think they're probably going to remain that way in sense of I will do comforting things, but honestly, my live streams, I would rather comfort you in real time. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather say these things to you in real time because I feel like it means more. It means more to me to hear somebody say this in real time as opposed to a video. So even though this is as good as it gets at the moment, I feel like because it's live, I hope it has a little bit more, it has a little bit more specialty to it. And I'm glad, you have all made me feel very comforted, very, supported, and I want you to feel the same. That's my goal, is I want everybody to feel happy. I want everybody to feel loved. I want everybody to feel like they matter, like they have a purpose, like they have something to do, like they have a goal, or just something to do. Sorry, I'm just kind of rambling here. Jumping back into the chat. Hello, everybody who is joining. I'm so glad that you were with us. You have not missed anything at all. This live stream will be re-uploaded later, of course, and you'll be able to play it back and listen to it as many times as you like. I'm, again, trying to make live streams a little bit more consistent, so you will most likely be hearing from me again. Getting more questions in the chat. Let's see. So do you prefer wine sometimes and not other types of alcohol? I honestly don't have a preference when it comes to alcohol. I'll drink anything, from tequila to whiskey to, wine. I don't have a preference. I don't drink in general. I haven't had a drink in 8 months. I have to think about the last time I actually had a drink. I've been to bars and I'll just have a soda or something, but for the most part, I don't really like to drink. I don't like the feeling of being drunk. I don't like the feeling of waking up the next morning. I don't like that feeling at all. So I just don't do it. It's not that I'm recovering from an addiction. It's not that at all. It's just that I personally don't like the feeling, so I just don't. I'm glad you came here for the glow stick story. I'm glad you came here too. That's another great way to describe me, is that story right there. I am also somebody that is very much an advocate for, I know nobody likes to be the designated driver, and I'm somebody that likes to do it because I like being able to remember the things that happened the night before. So I allow friends to, have that outlet that they can go nuts and not have to worry about how they're getting home. I've got them, I'm taking care of them. Someone who's got their life together is taking care of them, or seems to have their life together is taking care of them. Enjoying my Starbucks, excuse me. Has anybody been keeping up with any of the new YouTube stuff that's been popping up every now and then? I don't know if anybody's been keeping up with Shane Dawson and Rylan, or keeping up with Jenna, or keeping up with everybody. The bigger content creators are moving up in the world, and I'm so happy for them. Do you speak any other languages? Yes, I speak Spanish very fluently. I've mentioned it a couple of times. I've just never done a video that specifically talks about that. But I do plan on making one that's going to be a little bit more of a parody. It's going to be more of a joke, or a comedy piece, should I say. But it will be some of it will be in Spanish and some of it will be in English. So it'll be a little bit of mix of both. And I'll have subtitles for those who don't speak either. I'll probably have subtitles for both. Maybe English have Spanish subtitles, and I'll have English subtitles for the Spanish. What Starbucks am I drinking? I'm drinking a mocha cream frappuccino. Basically, it is a blended chocolate milky drink that is delicious and has no coffee in it because I can't have coffee. It does things to my insides that I don't like. So I drink like the chocolate milk smoothie, basically. And I've got 2 pumps of raspberry in it, so it tastes like a Ghirardelli chocolate bar. I highly recommend it. I know it's fancy, and it costs $5, but it's so worth it. Like, it's a nice treat. I got my tax returns, and I had a good year, so I wanted to treat myself to like a $5 drink. So how's everybody doing today? Is everybody having a good day? It's about 3 o'clock where I'm at, and I've been enjoying my day. Say some flirty phrases in Spanish. No. I can speak in Spanish, but I'd rather not say flirty lines in Spanish. No offense. I've just like, not to put anybody on the spot. I don't feel comfortable doing that. Not in a live stream. I'll save that for the video. Have you ever had the matcha green tea drinks? I have. They're actually pretty good. I've had the Frappuccino. I thought it was a little like too much for me, but in terms of like sugar, but I really do like the taste. I love the flavor of matcha green tea. It's just so good. You can't go wrong with it. It's just Starbucks really pumps up their sugar content, so, and I needed something to jolt me through the day. No, I cannot say my Starbucks order in Spanish. Like, I cannot say it. No, because it's a Starbucks specific thing, you know what I mean? So it would be the same thing. I think it would be the same thing in English that it is in Spanish, you know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure it'd be the same. Yeah, it would be the same thing. Like, it would just be mocha cream frappuccino. Like, that would just be it. And it's just, I have an addiction to Starbucks. It's a problem. Like, the fact that they have rewards for the more you buy is a dangerous, dangerous thing for me. I'm trying to cut back. I'm trying, keyword. It's difficult when you've been given surplus of money and want to, and have the means to get it. At that point, you're just kind of like justifying reasons not to. And it's like, I'm never denying myself that pleasure, so I'm just going to have it. Are people really inclined to hear me speak Spanish? Like, why is that so... Y'all have heard me speak Spanish before. I'm going to save it. Like, I'm going to save it for the video. I'm not going to say nothing in Spanish. I'm going to save it for the video. You guys are going to be able to be surprised then. If I say it now, it's not going to be as fun and special. It's going to be fun. Trust me, this video is going to be good. Like, I need to work on it a little bit, but it's going to be good. I need to make sure that the context is correct. Ever go on a LARP? Oh, yeah. Tons of times. I've done Star Wars LARP. I've done medieval LARP. I've done pirate LARP. I've done all kinds of LARP. I love it. It's fun. I basically do it every day in my own home. I do solo LARPs all the time. I am my own army. I am all the characters. It is a one-man show. One-woman show. I live my life as a LARP because everyday life is boring to me. It's just, LARPing is so much fun. Like, being able to have fun with people who are in that same mindset and who don't judge you for getting too into character. You know what I mean? Yeah, Star Wars LARP. It's a thing. It's totally a thing. I'm pretty sure San Francisco does it. If not San Jose. Like, I'm pretty sure one of those two, and it's cities in California do it. I'm pretty sure they do them. Like, there's a couple of... I'm pretty sure there's a Trooper too. I know it exists. Ever heard of Bicolin? Is that how you pronounce it? Bicolin? That's how I would pronounce it, but I'm probably butchering that. No, I've not. Clearly not heard of that. And yeah, it is a lot of fun. You basically just get together and play characters. Like you're basically doing D&D, but you are dressing up in character and actually moving around as the character, as opposed to rolling dice and just acting out different things. You were physically in the moment. It is a lot of fun. It's definitely a good exercise and a good like energy burner, you know what I mean? Oh, excuse me. Do you have any other hobbies? Tons. Oh, excuse me. My allergies are kicking in. I have tons and tons of other hobbies. I like to draw, I like to sing, I like to act, I like to dance, I like to work. I like to do all kinds of things. Basically anything that allows me to get out of the house and do something, I am 100% a fan of. And sometimes I, also love the things that keep me indoors, like drawing keeps me on the couch and I love it. Is a LARP in Quebec. Oh, that's awesome. I've never heard of them. That's awesome. I'll have to check them out. Have you ever played Fallout? Yes, absolutely. I love Fallout. I actually have like 8 posters of Fallout. I have the Nuka-Cola girl poster on my wall. I absolutely love it. I actually have cosplayed as the Nuka-Cola girl before. I love the game. It's frustratingly hard, but I love it because I'm a terrible FPS player. It's just a fun, it is a fun game. It's just frustrating. And because again, I'm just not a first person shooter type of person. But when someone told me that Liam Neeson plays your father, I was like, excuse me? Here we are. Here's my gun. I'm going to point it. It's going to take me 5 minutes to get my aim right. But hey, we here for it. I love Fallout. I love BioShock. I love Overwatch. I love Fable. I love the Deadpool game. I love Orange Box. I love Portal 2. I love Portal. I love those series. I love all those games. I love story-based games. They are fun for me. If they have to happen to be first-person shooters, I guess that's, it is what it is. But with games like BioShock, the story was so good. It was worth putting up with the grief of first-person shooters. Do you prefer high fantasy LARP or other LARPs? I could take it or leave it. I think it depends on the content or the theme. I'm really into high fantasy LARPs depending on the category and depending on the theme. But I'm also into other LARPs when you're looking for a more casual experience. No spoilers for the new Avengers. Come on. Yes, a lot of people have seen it. Yes, it's great, but we're not here to discuss the new Avengers. We're here to discuss just random things. No spoilers, please. I'm going to continue to remind people, don't, it's great that people are going to see Endgame, but please don't spoil it for anybody in the chat. That's not what we're here for. It's great and that's awesome, but please do not spoil it for anybody. Thank you, and I appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really hope it's good because I'm excited to see it. I haven't seen it, so please, I'm excited that you saw it and it's awesome, but please don't spoil it for anybody else. Thank you. You could say how great it is, but just don't say spoilers. You know what I mean? Don't be that person, please. Who are you from the Disney princesses? Tiana. I am 100% Tiana. My dad always said that fairy tales can come true, but it takes hard work to get there. I am Tiana. Fairy tales only come true if you work your ass off to make them happen. That's who I am. That's my motto. I am Tiana. I am not a strong black woman, but I am a strong woman. I do not live in the bayous of Louisiana, but I am a strong woman. No, I'm not saying you are that kind of idiot. I'm just saying, hey man, let's not, I'm glad that you went to go see it, but let's not get that stirred up. You know what I mean? Let's not get them stirred up. And I mean, in terms of LARPing, I'm somebody who enjoys smaller LARPs. I hate big groups of people. That stuff makes me really nervous and anxious. I can only handle small groups at a time. So like when it comes to LARPing, I'll probably do like, I think the most I did was 75, and even then it was very spread out. So I really do. I love LARPing. It's just like I love the more close, smaller groups. Like I love the more intimate kinds of LARPs because they're more fun for me. I feel like more story comes out of that as opposed to like the big reenactments. I definitely am excited for a lot of the new films coming out, like Joker. Super excited about that. I'm glad that we finally gotten to a point where we're ready to retouch upon the Joker franchise after Heath Ledger and his untimely death. I'm glad that it's coming around again and coming back into popularity, and people are accepting of Joaquin Phoenix being in this role. I think that of all the people that would have been able to, fill in that position, it was the right call. I think it was the right call. Joaquin Phoenix has such a bizarre resume, and I think it fits. Also, hey, speaking of Star Wars and my fans over here, who's excited for Mark Hamill as the new Chucky? Like, is anybody else blown away by that? Because it's a thing. Mark Hamill is going to be the new Chucky. And I'm like, I am so ecstatic. Like, I'm so excited to hear him play this character, because he's not only like a Chucky doll, he's an AI. Like, he is a modern day, like, facial recognition, voice recognition, tracking and monitoring high-tech AI doll. And it's going to be crazy knowing that Mark Hamill is playing this messed up character again. He's playing this messed up character again. It's gonna be so much fun. It's gonna be awesome. Like, I am so excited. And like, they've really been keeping it under wraps. When they released the trailer, I went to go see, and now they've got it. Mark Hamill's the new Chucky, and it's gonna be awesome. I'm sad that they didn't get the guy that always played him. I don't know I hope he's still alive, and maybe he just didn't, maybe he wasn't asked, or whatever the case may be. But the guy that normally plays him is like, he did it for Ready Player One. I'm surprised that he wasn't asked for this one. Maybe it was a studio issue. Maybe it was like a contracting issue. Maybe Mark Hamill was busy with Star Wars at the time. I don't know. Or, I mean, Mark Hamill, maybe he was busy with something else at the time. I don't know. Like, but I'm excited. I think that Mark Hamill will be able to bring that character justice, considering his resume with voice act worked. I think that it's definitely a movie that is, in this day and age, it is the perfect time to do a reboot. In this time of Tesla, modern technology, and like, SpaceX and all these things coming out, especially for like kids' toys, all this technology coming out, I think it's the perfect time for it. Because a couple of years into the future might be a little too late. This is kind of the sweet spot. It's been a while since we've had a Child's Play, not Chucky, a Child's Play movie. I think it's been a while since because it went from Child's Play to Chucky, The Bride of Chucky, etc., Son of Chucky, etc., etc. But now we're coming back and bringing it right back around the horn to Child's Play, which is how it all got started. So I think that Universal Studios is going to have a fucking field day with this. You know what I mean? Like, La Llorona came out just like last week, and it was so good. It was so good. I went to go see it in Spanish, actually. There was a little local theater that was playing it. And it's so much better in Spanish. It's so much better in Spanish. Like, I cannot stand the fact that they made a horror movie about a very classic Mexican legend in English. Like, completely in English. Like, I hated that. It really, it bugged me to my core. Like, watching the trailers for it in Spanish it was so much scarier than watching it in English. So if you guys are, interested in that film, I would definitely recommend going to see it in Spanish. I would definitely recommend it. Oh, hey, Ethan, how you doing? It's good to hear from you. Hey. Pet Sematary. Is that out already? I really do want to see it because I absolutely love, what's his face? The guy playing the grandfather. He's like a very well-known actor, like sick character actor, and I cannot remember his name for the life of me. Like that's the curse of the character actor. Everybody loves the work they're in, but nobody ever takes the time to learn the name. But I absolutely love his acting work. It's been great, and I want to see it because I heard that the remake was really good. Like, I heard Pet Sematary was actually really good. It holds up. So I really definitely want to be able to go see that. And of course, there's a freaking car alarm right when I'm trying to do my thing. You could probably hear all the rattling and the noises that I hear on a day-to-day basis. Good night for those of you who are leaving, and hello to those of you who are joining. How do you feel about polyamorous people? Don't care. I mean, it's not. I don't mean like that. I mean like, do you? You know what I mean? Like, I definitely believe that. You know, I believe love is something that is a beautiful thing, and it could be shared amongst multiple people. I know a couple of people in polyamorous relationships, and they're married, and actually expecting children right now, and they make it work. And it's something that I really don't have any strong feelings for or against. I'm pro-love, and if that's something that, you know, you're all for, like, if you were somebody who is in love with both of these people and take care of both of these people, or however many people that you are in a relationship with, as long as you take care and support each other, who the hell am I to judge? You know, who the hell am I to say, to dictate how you live your life and live your relationship? If you're happy, that's all I care about. You know what I mean? I was at a polyamorous wedding, and yes, it was very bizarre, but it was beautiful, you know? Like, it was beautiful knowing that all these people really loved each other and really cared about each other very deeply, and now they're starting a family together. And that's, again, a very beautiful thing. It can be very complex, and yes, there are a lot of people that still don't understand it, but hey, man, love is love. As long as people feel safe, secure, and happy in that situation, who the hell am I to judge? You know what I mean? Who the hell am I to come in and tell them how to live their life? I'm 20, you know, I'm in my 20s. I haven't lived life to where I can start dictating other people. And even when I'm in my, like, 90s, like, if I get to that point, I'm not gonna be that way either. Like, I am somebody who believes in love and will always be for love. So if you want to be in a polyamorous relationship, go for it. If you're happy there, go for it. That's all you. Who cares what other people think? Who cares? It's as long as you're happy, that's all that matters. I've always loved Stephen King books. I guess there's a reason he's been called the King of Horror. He's been called the King of Horror because he releases on average a book a month. And that is unheard of in a series writer. Even now, he's still releasing a book a month. And it's just insane because they're series. It's insane. Was the wedding multiple spouses married at the same time? If so, where was the wedding? I think that's illegal in the US. Oh, no. It's essentially like a union, like a civil unionship, as opposed to a wedding. You know what I mean? So it's polyamorous weddings. They aren't like a by-law kind of thing. It's more of like a ceremonial thing. It's more of it's not meant to join properties together or join like health insurances together. It's not that at all. It's more of like a cult. It's more of a ceremonial thing. It's more of a like, I don't want to say like a performance, but it kind of is like that. It's more of something that it celebrates their love. It's a ceremony that celebrates their love together and them sharing this bond together. Like, it's their own ceremony. I don't 100% know if it's where the legality is, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how that worked out. I was just there for the ceremony. I was just there for that. I didn't ask questions. I was just there, you know what I mean? I'm happy to, you know, be there and support my friends and whatever they were doing that celebrated them. Like, I was happy to be there, whether it was illegal or not. Like, I was happy to be there. I know it's illegal to be polygamous, which is one person marrying multiple people, but when you are marrying each other, it's technically you are married to one another. Like, everybody's married to everybody, not one person is married to one person at a time. So as opposed to polyamorous is everybody is involved in what's going on. And Whereas polygamy is one person marrying off multiple people, which I believe that is illegal. I don't know about everybody, like multiple people marrying multiple people. I don't know about that. I'm sure there's something about it, but from what I understand, the ceremony was more of a ceremony of love as opposed to a lawful ceremony. A big party to let everyone know, hey, we dig each other kind of thing. Exactly. Like, it's passing of the promise rings, just feeling, you're just celebrating the fact that they're living the life together. They're choosing to live together all the time, put up with each other all the time, have a baby with them all the time. Like, that is the life that they want for themselves. Go for it. Who the hell am I to say no to that? Like, go for it. I was happy to be there. They had the best wedding. It was a great service. They had some great food. And it was a beautiful, beautiful service. So and they're still happy to this day. Like, they're happier than most people. Like, there's only one couple in my family that's never been divorced. And these people, they're on a ridiculously great track to living together forever, And if it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. But I'm supportive of anybody who is willing to give that kind of love a shot. You know what I mean? What's the lure of horror for you? People have tried to show me movies and books, and I just don't get the same high as them. I'm not saying I don't get scared. I just don't have fun. For me, it's the art of how they scare you. It's the way they build anxiety. Because I hate Paranormal Activity, the franchise. I hate it because all they relied on was misdirection and jump scares. Misdirection means that, you're thinking that they are gearing you up and to be expecting something to happen, like over in this corner, but then nothing happens and you feel that sense of security. And then something happens over here and it's like, that's where the jump scare comes in. And I hate that. I hate movies that rely on that because it's a cheap scare. Of course it's going to give you a scare. But with films like Pi, it's very deep rooted in terms of building you up and cranking your anxiety levels to a point where they don't need to show anything. Like, they don't need to jump scare you or pop out or make any noises. The fact that things are the way, the story is unfolding in front of you causes you to just be on the edge of your seat. Like Get Out or Us, those are two great examples of it's the situation that makes you uncomfortable. That's what horror is that the situation itself is an uncomfortable situation, and it makes you feel like you have to turn around. You know what I mean? Like, it makes you feel like you have to look behind you because somebody is breathing down your neck or there's someone right there. That's, for me, the beauty of horror movies, is when someone can take that anxiety and just play it like a guitar. That's when you know that you've got some, a really good quality horror movie. Again, Jordan Peele is a puppet master with that stuff. He plays into the anxieties the right way. He's got a couple of jump moments, but that's, to be expected with most of horror movies. But for the most part, his work really speaks for itself. And that's for me the draw of horror movies, is the psychological anxiety that you feel. It's the fact of not knowing what's going to happen, but something's going to happen, and you just want to know what's going to happen, because the draw of horror is not being in control of what is happening, the being in control of the situation, that there is this situation that is literally just unraveling in the worst way possible. And it plays off of your biggest anxieties, your biggest fears, like It with clowns, and Saw with being taken and captured and tortured and stuff like that. There's all different kinds of horror that you can delve into, but for me, good horror starts with psych thrillers, like Hannibal Lecter. It starts with that characters that make you uncomfortable just by looking at them, characters that make you feel no. That is your feeling throughout the entire video. The entire movie is no, just no. Cabin in the Woods did that very well in terms of the fact that it was more comedy than horror, and in terms of the fact that it was making fun of the horror franchise, of the stereotypical cabin in the woods with teenagers, and things start happening and there's a monster and creature coming to get them. So I really love those kinds of, that's the draw for me, is when someone can play that anxiety like a fiddle. That's, to me, the beauty of horror, because it's hard to do that. It really is hard to make an everyday situation like what Jordan Peele has done uncomfortable. And The Twilight Zone is a great example of that, in terms of making you feel like questioning everything around you and making you feel like what you have been taught is like, wait, what about this? Could this be a thing? Could this happen? And so I love horror. I recommend it to a lot of people. I will tell you that I've never seen a horror movie in theaters except for La Llorona. I made an exception. I've only ever seen that one because I like to talk in movies. Like, I like to talk my way through what's going on because it keeps me engaged. I find that I get really bored sitting still for a long period of time. So I talk as if like I'm responding to what's happening in front of me live. Like I'm part of the movie. And it makes me feel a little bit more engaged. So, and I like to do it at home because I don't want to bug people with me mumbling. You know what I mean? Like, I'm somebody that I enjoy being a part of the story, and it helps keep me going. Have I seen Scream? Of course I've seen Scream. That's a classic slasher thriller. I love the franchise. I love the idea of it, the concept of Scream being, a reach for fame. It's a whole, like, we're doing this because we're going to be famous or because we know people are going to listen and respond. So it's really, it's really interesting. I love the Scream series because it's a very meta type of film where, in the sense of the reason people are doing this is for fame. You know what I mean? Like, the reason this whole thing is going on is because people want their freaking 15 minutes of attention. Stupid teenagers want their 15 minutes of attention, and it ends up killing them. And besides, Jamie Lee Curtis is, like, my queen. She is my queen. Jamie Lee Curtis will always be my queen, my Scream queen. Have I seen Peaky Blinders? I have not. Talking during movies. I know, right? Like, I'm somebody that's the only way I can stay engaged with stuff is if I talk my way through it. Because if I sit still for too long, I will sleep. I will get bored. I don't care what's happening on screen. It could be a car chase. It could be a Bond style car chase that lasts 30 minutes of a video for film for some freaking reason. I'll be bored. I'll be like, all right, let's go. Come on, move on. What's next? So talking helps keep me, like, engaged. I saw the new Halloween film in theaters. It was amazing. And it's going to be coming back again. I heard Jamie Lee was really great in that, but at the same time, I knew that this wasn't the last Halloween movie. It's not. It's not going to be the last Halloween movie. They're going to keep making them, and they're going to keep making them, and it's going to be like Saw, and they're just never going to fucking die. He's never going to be dead. It's just going to keep coming back. I love Hannibal Lecter, but I never felt it was horror. Maybe just the acceptance of the situation. It's more psych thriller. Hannibal Lecter, it's more of a psychological thriller because of the fact that it makes you question what's happening in front of you. You know what I mean? It makes you question what this guy's motivation is. What is Hannibal's motivation in life? Like, why is he helping this detective? What is the reason? What is the motive? That's where the thriller comes in, because this guy is just off his rocker. You know what I mean? Like, he's gone. He's so far gone. But at the same time, he's 100% aware of it and is 100% in control of it. So that's really where it comes down to, is like the feeling of he is in control of the entire situation, but he's not going to let you in on it. He's the one running the show. And that's where the horror is, like the psychological horror is, because he's the one calling the shots. Like, he's the one running the show. And you just kind of have to go with it. If you don't talk, how else would the blonde know she's dumb for not checking the rattling doorknob? I know, right? How else are these people not going to know not to answer the goddamn door when someone knocks at 2 a.m? No, you didn't order pizza. No, it's not for you. Of course it's not a package. Of course it's not a special delivery. It's a knife. It's a guy with a knife. Oh, people are like, that's one of my favorite vines. It was like the series of the guy, like, if the like the guys, like, if the characters in horror movies listen to the audience, and it's like, oh, who is it? Bitch, it is 2 a.m. There is no one knocking at your door. Like, that is someone here to kill you. And it's like, you're right. It's one of my favorite concepts. Like, if horror characters listen to the audience, like, the movie would go a lot different. What Stephen King book do you think they should make into a movie? Well, they've already made all the big ones, like Needful Things, It. They've made Mr. Mercedes. They've made 1960, or December 22nd, 19 whatever, into a series with James Franco. They've done Mr. Mercedes. They've done, they've done a bunch of his bigger books. I personally would like to see Sleeping Beauties as a movie because it has to do with a femme, like it's a female lead, and so it's more having to do with females in a Stephen King world. So I would like to see that, because I would like to see Stephen King have a female, like, catalyst, you know what I mean, as opposed to a little girl or a man. I would like to see it's like, it has to do with prison inmates. This woman is just getting out of prison, so I would love to see that. Have I seen The Thing? John Carpenter? Oh, yeah. Definitely have. It was really well done. Favorite Star Wars character? Darth Vader. Just because I'm prone to little shits like that. Also, though, doesn't that sound like something I would do? Yeah. No, it very much would be. Just because I know you, Ethan. You would just do it because nothing can get past you. And it's like, no, bitch. No. Hello, everybody. Hello. I'm glad that people are jumping in and joining in on the chat. It makes me feel nice. Makes me feel loved. And I'm glad that we're chatting about horror movies. I love chatting about it. Because that's just it. I've read about a lot of horror movies, and I've read about a lot of concepts and theories, but I'm just fascinated by them, like, from a viewership standpoint and a psychological standpoint. Favorite supernatural being? Like, superhero? Yes, I want to say yes. If that's the case, I'm going to say Catwoman. Because we love me some Michelle Pfeiffer. I only recognize Michelle Pfeiffer as, and oh my god, I can't remember her name. The original actress from the series on TV. I cannot remember her name. She was like the spicy Latina actress. I cannot remember her name. Rita? I think that's her name. Rita Ora? I think. Like, I love her. We love her. Batman or Superman? It gets into that, like, debate of actual powers versus money powers. You know what I mean? So for modern day stuff, I would say Batman, because I feel like Batman would be more up on the times than Superman would be. So for modern day, I'm going to say Batman, because I feel like he's more up on the tech times than Superman is. Just, you know, criminals have gotten a lot more crafty, so criminals are up with the time, so why can't we be? I have not seen Hush. What is your favorite trashy horror movie? I love me some cult classics. Like, I don't know about trashy, but I love me some cult classics. Like, you know, the classic Rob Zombie horror films, House of a Thousand Corpses, The Devil's Triangle? I can't remember the name of it. The Devil's Three, or whatever it is. I love those kinds of, like, really, like, slasher, gross type of films. Like, those nasty ones. Like Saw. Like, I love those nasty ones because it's just fascinating. Oh, like vampire, ghost, werewolf creatures. Oh, so like a supernatural creature. Got it. I really don't have a preference. I don't know. I've never really thought about that. Like, they all exist. I think that's great. They all exist one way or another. I think that's great. If they do exist, then we have been so blind. I honestly don't have a preference when it comes to that. I just don't think about that too often. Speaking of horror, is it weird that I used to live next to a seriously haunted apartment? Nope. I went to a school that was on an old army base that was 100% haunted. Like, 100%. It was literally, like, my room was in an old medical facility for an active military base. It's definitely haunted. Evil Dead 2. Love it. Favorite horror movie theme? Psych thriller. Psychological thrillers. Anything that has to do with the mind and, like, you know, playing games with the mind is one of my favorites. And I'm not talking M. Night Shyamalan. Like, I'm talking actual psych thriller. Like Glass. Like, his Glass was actually, like, that was actually pretty great. But in terms of psych thrillers like Pi. Pi is very intense. It's Darren Aronofsky. It's very hard-hitting, and it's very gruesome. Like, it's very, very hard to take. You really kind of have to sit through it. You really gotta have a strong stomach to kind of sit through that. But I do love psychological thrillers because you never know where they're gonna go, but they will mess with your mind every single time. Oh my goodness, we are coming up on 3 hours, and I'm probably gonna call in at about 10 more minutes, mainly because I think this has been a successful live stream. It's always a successful live stream when I'm hanging out with all of you. I love you all, and I appreciate every single one of you for chilling with me and doing what you doing in between hanging out with me and going to see Avengers Infinity War. And I appreciate you and your lovely faces. Like I said, this live stream will be uploaded a little later, so that way you all can rewatch it whenever you want. I like to try and keep my live streams posted because, you know, some people like to go back and scroll through. Some people, I know I do with other people's live streams that I pop into. And I think I think 3 hours is a good amount of time. You know what I mean? Like, I'm feeling a little winded, feeling a little tired, but that's okay. Although I've got another 10 more minutes to discuss whatever y'all want to talk about. Do you count 9 as a horror movie? The one with the puppets and machines. Oh, was that Tim Burton's movie? I don't think so. I would say that that's more of like a darker animated movie. You know what I mean? It is more on the drama side, but I wouldn't say it's horror. Like, I wouldn't say it's like straight up horror. I didn't see the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. I didn't bother. We're not about to make this into a horror movie, okay? I am having so much fun with all of you, just chatting about things that y'all want to chat about. I do want to remind everybody that, like, I'm going to call in it about 10 more minutes, so if anybody has any more questions that they'd like to ask, now's the time to do so. I don't know when I'm going to be back doing another live stream. I might be back next weekend. Might try and make this a, like, every other week thing, if not maybe a monthly thing. Just try and get back into talking with you and chatting with you and enjoying that, you know, this community that we've gathered together. And I really love how much it's grown and how much it's come from it. It makes me feel warm and excited and just happy that I am joining a community am fostering a community of creativity, of lovingness, and of just lovely people. That's what I want. I want people to feel like they are part of a caring group of people. Like, I support all of you, and I want you all to support each other, not just me. It's great that you support me. Your subscribers and your subscribes and your views and your comments support me, but support each other, man. Like, it feels good to hear people supporting each other, and that's what I want for this community. I'm good. Like, I'm somebody that I work myself to death, but that's my own problem, and I've got people monitoring me for that as well. I've got people who it is like their job to make sure that I'm taking care of myself, and because I cannot physically be trusted with that myself. So I want everybody to feel, safe and taken care of. I want people to feel okay. You know what I mean? Like, I want people to feel like they have a place to go to, that where they can ask questions that they normally would and be able to ask, that they have a safe space. That's what I want. I want somebody to know that. I want everybody to know that I care about you, and I care about what's going on in your life. I care about what, is going on with you, and I want you to know that you are important, that you matter to me, that you specifically and individually are important. You're all beautiful and lovely people for being here and for putting up with me as much as you do. My community name for everybody are my lovelies. I got my lovelies. This is my crew, my lovelies. You guys are my beautiful, beautiful lovelies. And I love that that's become kind of my community, is the lovelies. Because that's what I want this community to be. I want it to be a community of lovely people. And, I know that so far none of you have steered me wrong. Those who have been kicked off my channel permanently. Yes, I have already started a block list for those of you who don't know. I'm here for you. Like, this channel is for your entertainment. It makes me happy, but what makes me happy most of all is that you're getting more entertainment out of it than I am. That's my goal, is that you enjoy this more than I do. And that is how I eventually want this channel to evolve and adapt. I want my content to cater to you, and I want you to feel like you're the star, like you're the center of attention, like it's all about you. That's what I want this channel to be. It's all about you. You care, like you're the star. It's all about you. And I'm the one just kind of taking your hand and leading you through. It may get weird and rough and bumpy, but hey, we'll make it through. So thank you all so much for being here and hanging out with me. I appreciate every single one of you. You're beautiful, you're lovely, you're talented, you're creative, you're perfect in every single way, shape, and form. Keep supporting yourself. Keep supporting others, because seriously, the little goes a long way for people. That's another thing I truly believe in, that a compliment can make someone's day more than so many things can. So seriously, go out there and just give somebody a compliment today. Just somebody random. Just say hey, nice shirt. Like your shirt. Or like that that your face, what you got going there. I like that. Just seriously, compliment somebody. At least once today. Just try it. If not today, at least sometime this weekend. Because you'd be surprised how much you're going to make their day. Even if it's just a little comment. How much it can change someone's perspective. That's my goal. I want this to be the community of just undying support, no matter what the scenario is, or no matter how crazy it is. We support each other here. And again, I appreciate all of you indulging me in my I'm passing the soapbox off to the next person. Anything else that I want to say? No, that's pretty much it. Just be a good person today, guys. Just make good choices. Make good choices. See? There's compliments already happening in the comments. That's what I love. I love that y'all complimented each other. That's what I like. Because you never know what's going to bloom from that. And it's even sarcastically, the jokes will roll in. And I love that. People get to know each other better that way. We love you. We support you. We believe in you. Like, that's how we roll here. That is the tagline. We support you. We support you. You want to be doing something crazy? We support it. You want to do something sensible? We support it. You want to blow your money on this channel? I support it. The only thing I will say is that, I just want you to be happy. And I want you to be able to give the positive energy in the world that you feel, or that you feel people are giving you. That's why whenever I do these live streams, I go out and I'm doing all kinds of community work. I'm out in the world doing things. I'm complimenting people because I feel so much support that I want to be able to share that with other people. I want to be able to let other people know, hey, what you're doing today, it's working for you. Love it. Done and done. And I want us to uplift other people. I want us to be able to be the community that uplifts people in times of need, because nowadays things are crazy. You know what I mean? Like, the world that we live in is changing, and I want us to change with the times as well. So, positive vibes, feeling it, spirit fingers, giving it all. I'm giving all of my positive energy to you today for you to use to pass on to somebody else. Because that's the beauty of life, is that the being able to give somebody a gift for no reason. That's the beauty of life. And I think that when it comes to a compliment, that's the easiest thing that we can do. So it's something that, like, of course, it doesn't cost anything. It's totally free to give somebody a compliment. And it's not creepy at all, as long as you keep it not creepy. You know what I mean? Like, don't be a jackass. Don't be a dick. Just be a decent person. Just try your best. That's all I could ask for. And all the negativity on my channel, I will be monitoring, keeping an eye on, and I will block people that I don't feel are promoting a positive environment for us as a community. I will kick those people out, and I'll do it with a smile on my face. I'm somebody who exposes channels. If I don't like something that's going on, I'll expose it, and I'll be loud, and I will be obnoxious, because that's the person I am. And I want other people to know that this is who I am. I support my community. I support my followers. I support my subscribers. I support my coworkers. And I support my community. I am that loud, obnoxious person that will speak up when other people are too scared to. So please, I want you to be that strong person for somebody. Like, I want you to be that, like, backbone. You know what I mean? Like, I want you to feel strong. I want you to feel like you can uplift somebody. You can support somebody. You can just compliment somebody. Even if it's just a simple compliment, it really can change a lot in the long run. And I'm glad that all of y'all are starting to plan things. Like, I can't have anything nice whenever I say these kinds of things, because all y'all have to poke holes in my logic. So I'm just going to go ahead and drop it there and just say thank you all so much for joining me in the live stream. And I hope that you all had so much fun. Before things actually start to get more into the planning phases of something that I am not going to speak of, because I have no knowledge or recollection of the events of this transaction, I'm going to go ahead and cut it off before it gets any worse. So thank you all so much once again for joining me in the live stream. I love you all so much. I thank you all for being here. Thank you all for uplifting others. Thank you all for your love, support, your patience, most of all, with me. So I hope I continue to knock it out of the park with you. I hope I continue to make you proud. I hope I continue to bring you back. And I hope I continue to hold on to your subscribership for as long as I can, because you mean a lot to me. Like, it's not just about the subscriber count. It's not about the views. It's about you as a person. If you don't enjoy my content, then then that's fine. But I want somebody to, but I just want you to feel like I care about you. It's not about views. It's not about subscribers. I could care less about it, whether I have 1,000 views or like 1,000 subscribers or like 1 million subscribers. I don't care. I'm doing this for you. I'm not doing it for that. So thank you all so much for being that supportive chain for not only myself, but for the community as well. Thank you for being a loud voice to those who are not, supporting the community. Thank you for filling in the blanks when I've already answered the question multiple times. Thank you again. You guys are amazing. You are all beautiful. And I should stop saying guys because I should be a little bit more gender fluid because that's what I'm trying to be. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you all so much for stopping by, popping by. And like I said, this live stream will be available for you to view, of course, later today. And next week we will be back with another video. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but I'm sure it'll be great. So I hope that you all enjoyed, and I will once again see you in the next live stream. Bye, lovelies.